Happy Saturday morning, friends. We're going to discuss something right quick. Oh, what a night. Good morning, you all. How are you guys? Good morning, Titanium Built. Good morning, Punky. Good morning, Taylor, Perry, Malicious, Revival, Cactus, Soul, Stonefly, Blue, Brianna, Kathy R, Rapunzel, Tracy, Souls, again. Thank you. I love that intro too. Hey, Penny. Veruca, Buddy Murphy. I don't drink either. That's the crazy thing, Malicious. That's the funniest shit I've heard today. Good morning, SRB, Trish, Tori. Y'all, they think I was drunk. I haven't had a drink in years. 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 Hey, Marcy. Who was in the comment section? You guys got to tell me, though, because I didn't even click her comments on. I was engaged in the conversation. I didn't even look at her comment section. Still haven't, nor do I care to. Yeah, I was far from it. But I want to show everybody who missed last night, who doesn't know what we're talking about, who actually went to bed like a good kid and stayed out of the bullshit. Anybody in here? Hey, Miss Leah, did anybody see where I... Did she really? She did not. She didn't delete everything, did she? Hey, Lurker. Kitten Capoodler. Pika, good morning. You guys went to bed. Do you know what we're talking about? I went on Brittany J's panel last night. Oh, in the chat. Okay. I went on Brittany J's panel last night. Do you guys want to see what happened? It's my first panel I got kicked out of. I only did one naughty thing. I called her a bitch to her face, but it was not like in a, oh my God, you fucking bitch. It was like a, come on, bitch, please. Like, you guys want to see it? Okay. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. By the way, this old lady over here hasn't had, even if I did drink, I wouldn't give a shit to tell you guys. I haven't drank in years. And the reason for it is my heart condition and my dehydration. Like, I don't drink, period, point blank, end of. Her chat wasn't very friendly. Imagine that. Oh, okay. Let's look at it. Hey, Pineapple. Good morning. Hey, Kimberly. Okay, let's do it. We're going to start where she started with the crazy lies. So you'll see, I'm going to show you why I went up there to begin with, because yeah. My family's still sleeping, so I figured get the drama out of the way so I can get back into content today. There's a few things, rewatching it last night, there was a few things I wish I would have added to what I said. But otherwise, I mean, I think I made my points pretty clear. I don't know. Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, let's see.
Sorry, guys. I'll try this again. If I keep getting a distraction, I'm just gonna. My son, he keeps saying that something's.
Okay, hold on.
Wait a minute, Brittany. I don't think you should delete it. They always say if you. I am sorry.
Hold on. Where's the part?
Because the comment was made that it was a troll and that was no.
Okay, I think this is where she gets
Done.
into it. Let's
So
watch.
please don't. It's okay. We all understand. We all get it. Especially all of us out here that don't have mamas anymore, you know?
Yeah. Well, the
Mhm.
comment was made that it was a troll. So I guess if it was a troll, I shouldn't let it bother me. But
You shouldn't, because in true reality, it being a troll, that's exactly the reaction. You gave the reaction that you want, but you also gave the reaction that pays off for you, in my opinion. Getting emotional and stuff like that. Somebody in my chat, somebody I adore dearly, and I had the conversation yesterday. If that same thing when was said in my chat, she blatantly said how I would handle it, and she's not wrong. Like, you look at it, you either point it out, say, that's not true, delete it, and move on. You laugh about it, something. And again, nobody should be going that low. That is unnecessary and ridiculous.
because the comment was made that it was a troll and that was nobody's fault and that I shouldn't let it bother like it shouldn't bother me because it's a troll
No.
and
If you're going to be on this app, people say some of the worst, most horrible things. Like, whether I like it or not, whether I think it's okay, it happens. We've all seen it.
I agree.
that all creators get it, but I would like to argue. I would argue that if it was your child, if somebody said that about your daughter or your mom or somebody like that, you would lose your mind. So
Oh, ASD, let him. I could care less if that's probably the nicest thing I've been called all week.
it's just amazing, like how people will
Or dead.
invalidate how you feel, or they'll try to make you out to be. They dehumanize the hell out of you on this platform. And now I'm gonna say this because I'm not gonna give them any more. I know I say that and I've went back on it. If I'd have ever thought in a million years my mom would be brought into it, I would have never said before that I wasn't gonna feed it. Okay.
I would really, really like to see who made the comment, what account it was from, so we all are aware who is running around saying disgusting shit. I would really like to see that, but I have yet to see it.
But I will say this. This is a heads up to any creator that loves this, loves talking about these cases, to all subscribers who loves talking about these cases. They're absolutely talking about rallying together and they have a petition. Okay.
Okay, pay attention to this, because this is what kicked off all of last night. So I went live last night. Many of you were in here, and we were talking about petitions. We were 100%. We were talking about standardized Amber Alert petitions. They were dropping petitions for that. They were dropping all the petitions of the laws that are in place that are trying to be passed right now. There is nothing about what she's about to bring up here.
And they're trying to rally together and have everybody sign petitions to have the law changed to where we can't talk about these cases.
So somewhere out there, there's a petition, according to her, but just wait, it gets better.
And they're talking about having us taken off of the platform. They're trying to get rid of, like, literally take us off of YouTube one by one individually. So to
One by one, individually, poof, there they go.
all of the people, Brooks, T Rev, uh, JLR,
What?
Justin, CJ, myself, anybody that you see nonsense over there talking about, they're rallying to get they already have the petition.
Elizabeth, he is one of the absolute worst and does not get nearly enough attention on him. He is horrifying what he does in cases.
And they're rallying to do billboards and everything. So everybody needs.
Y'all, how many of you were part of the conversation that we were having about billboards last night? Again, yes, we were talking about petition. Go back and see every link that was dropped. There is nothing about creators involved in that whatsoever. The billboard conversation was about the billboards that are running out for Sebastian and how we can help Duchess for new billboards. That is what the discussion was. Whoever is taking this information out there and gaslighting her, or if she's gaslighting herself over all of this shit, this is blatant lies.
To have that heads up. They're coming for our channels and they're trying to take us down. They said that there should be a limit to our freedom of speech.
This is what kicked off all of last night. That right there. That is what I was stewing on. And like, what are you doing? Why are you blatantly lying to everybody? This part right here is what set this all off.
So,
Well, it's not this freedom of speech. It's bringing awareness to these children, and everything that you all have done is bringing awareness for these children that are missing. And in some cases, it has helped. So I can't understand how someone would not want to have YouTube bring awareness to missing children.
Do you guys want me to pull up the stream so you can verify what I was saying in it last night? If you want me to, you can.
Brittany, I don't think YouTube would even go for that anyways. They make the majority of their money off of that. I have to thank you, my 2 fans, that put the one in chat for me to come up. I couldn't disappoint.
oh,
So-
you're always welcome. You know that.
Okay, now we're going to fast forward to where I hop on panel. She kept saying she was going to drop the link. She kept saying, so here I go. Okay, a couple of things I will be stopping and pausing throughout this. Secondly, there's a few things I wish I would have said differently or expanded on during the mute part. I had a really good rant I went on. Of course, she muted me a few different times. I was whatever it was. It's whatever it is. Here we go.
What in the world? Are you kidding me right now? You got to be kidding me right now.
Did she really not think I would take the link and confront her on blatant lies?
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Are you serious? Are you that thirsty for attention?
Thirsty for
Oh
attention.
my God, look at this. Y'all mute for a second. Are you really that thirsty for attention?
By the way, all the look shaming that they were doing was quite epic. I've heard about it. I did this on purpose because I'm not hiding behind an avatar. If I have something to say, I'm going to say it directly to you from my lips. You can read my lips when I'm saying it. I don't have nothing to hide behind an avatar. I stand on what I stand on. Full face, avatar, anything. But this was just intentional. I knew if I was going to go on panel, and I had just showered, was sitting on the porch. That's it. So don't pay attention to what my facial expressions are doing, please.
That you got to come on my stream.
I'm not thirsty at all for attention, but you mentioned petitions tonight.
Yeah,
and
sure
we
did.
were talking about petitions in my chat 100%. And I encourage your people to go over and look and see what they are about. It's about standardizing Amber Alerts. The petition we were talking about was started by Arctic Fox. Nothing to do with creators.
No. Okay, so you want me to show you the screenshots from your chat?
Go ahead.
Because they're talking
But that was not what was said by me.
You're pushing the hell out of it just like everybody else nonsense.
There's no petition. Where's this petition? Please show it to me. Please. I've never seen a petition for anybody to get creators off YouTube. That has never been the point, Brittany.
Oh,
you have completely missed the point.
Do you think bullying people is going to
How old are you?
Your mission? I am 36 years old. How old are you?
I'm 41.
Okay.
We are mothers, right?
Exactly. We are definitely mothers.
Okay. At the end, I intentionally tried to stay away from the bullying stuff because she instantly tried to go there. End of the day, if you were in their shoes, and again, put your opinions aside, if you were in their shoes and hearing the rumors and speculation, do you know that that person that called in to Brooks has been calling around trying to prank creators, pretending to be somebody?
That has nothing to do with me.
I understand that, but do you understand that the long-term harm that can be done by stuff like this in these cases? I was trying to give her examples of stuff, and she's just like, that's not nothing. But yet they run with all this misinformation. Mother, would you want this stuff done on pure speculation and rumors?
You know what? As a mother, honest to God, I would want everybody everybody.
To
Put
do
my
this?
kid's name out there. Everybody. I wouldn't even care about any of that. None of that would even be on my mind. My focus would be on my kids. On my kid.
And you think that this is going to help him long term?
Over here talking about what we think might have happened or bringing awareness to him. Listen, I can't control what everybody puts out. But
have you ever thought about
targeted me to a point?
You're not targeted. And I'm not. By the way,
do I need to stop with that?
Are you
serious? You go live every single day.
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Oh my
I wasn't live yesterday.
Oh my God. Do you want to really do this? Like go to the very minute?
I do, because I wasn't live yesterday. You're blatantly lying for no reason.
No,
the billboard.
The streams.
See, she just spins. She just spins instantly. There's just
blatantly lying. Hold on a minute.
The billboards that we were discussing that you blamed us for. Blatantly lying. Said
do you
that
know how many death threats I've gotten in the last 2 weeks? Do you know the amount of hate mail that I have received?
Where's the proof of that? Show it. Where?
From this shit?
Show it's anybody associated with me. Please do. And if you are getting them, please take it seriously and take it to the police.
You are the only one that's going live consecutively about me all the time.
And so you think,
inside
you think
so you don't think you have any, like,
if you're getting death threats,
oh my God,
being an adult, you are a mother, be an adult and protect your children first and foremost. Because if anybody is doing stuff like that, they need to be off whatever platform they're on. So she claims she's getting death threats and me telling her to report them and handle it like it should be. If anybody's sending death threats to anybody, it should be reported. That is too far. That is taking it real life. That is not okay. I stand on by what I said.
So you don't think that what you're doing is inciting hate whatsoever? And
excuse me. How are you missing the point of what you are doing?
How are you
mother at the worst fucking time of her life?
So that gives you a right to go after another mother and destroy her life.
You really like to play that game, don't you?
No,
you really like to play the game of
you really don't think that what you're doing is fucking dangerous.
No.
These are
your words.
Have you
stand on them. These are the words that you're putting out here on a public platform.
There's 3
you
people
stand
that
on that shit, right? You're so proud of yourself. Then why is me highlighting your own fucking words a problem for you?
I don't have a problem.
She is really trying to still use that email that was squashed a long time ago that had nothing to do with me. But in your chat, you want me to start on in your chat? You want me to tell you about in your chat? You don't want me to start that shit, do you? That's all you got because you want to play the victim card.
Problem with my words. My channel's still
then me reviewing it shouldn't be a problem, would it? But if you're so set in your ways and what you think you're doing for these families is
you trying to put CPS. I've had CPS. I've been threatened with CPS from these people in your chat nonsense. I will show you. Give me. Hold on.
I've asked you for that.
A couple of hours to put it all together.
Please
do. Believe you me, it's a lot. It's a fucking lot.
The same name that Sarah's been dropping.
Nonsense.
The name that Sarah's been dropping in your chat lately, Beta Jade.
I don't care about Beta Jade. I guarantee you.
Go look at some of the stuff. When I came on this app, I got blamed for calling CPS 211 times on somebody. I've never called CPS on anybody but myself for resources for kids. That's it. Not my own children. Nobody else's, let alone. I understand all the games that are played out here. I don't encourage it. I keep my shit right here. I don't do the real life
really?
Shit.
Really?
100%.
This is so fucked up. I don't know how you can't see what
you're
doing.
Show me proof of otherwise. Show me proof. Just like tonight, you said I called Brooks a C word. I don't use that word. I called her a twat.
You're incitement of hate.
A twat.
Oh my God. You inciting.
Oh my God, she says. Oh my God. She continues to deflect. It is like, ugh.
Hate. You fucking inciting hate. And you don't even see it. You don't even.
What do you think you're doing to the parents of an active?
Are you kidding me? Show me where I've incited hate towards these people.
Towards Katie, you have.
And let me tell you something.
What do you think you're doing to a victim?
Listen,
did you ever think about why would you talking about her mother and potentially her record? Why would that be a problem? But then somebody comes in your chat. I found out today
because she's a registered SO, and Sebastian is missing. You have to ask those questions. You have to.
So You as in law enforcement. Blaming her for her mother being one.
I'm not blaming her. Where did I ever blame her? Show me
You
where I
guys
blamed
just
her.
act like it's so great.
Show me where
Do you
I blamed
understand the
her.
re-victimization? If she's an
Show me
RSO,
where
do
I
you
blamed
understand
her.
she has victims? Do you
No,
understand
no, and
that
do you
she
know I've
obviously
never
has victims if she's an
show me
RSO?
where I blamed her. Show me where I blamed
Do you
her,
guys-
Mom. It's not her fault. Her mother's a fucking RSO. Where did I say that at? Show me where I
That
blamed
is
her
how
for
you
that.
guys act about
That-
the night before. She was completely, and they've been spinning that narrative for quite some time. They've been saying disgusting things.
No, this is what you do. You twist my words like
I
crazy.
didn't twist your words.
Yes,
You
I've
fucking
never,
blatantly lied.
I never blamed her. I never blamed her. You're not going to call me a bitch.
I see. There's the bitch. Bitch. You guys knew I was running into bitch. Shut up, or some stupid shit like that. It wasn't even like me cussing her out or anything. My God, this is so boring. She's like so upset over nothing.
On my panel, you're not going to call me a bitch on my panel. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Can she? I was going on the best rant here, and I was muted.
I never blamed her for her mom being that. That's not her fault.
She muted me.
I've never accused her of killing Sebastian either. Never.
I would hope you wouldn't,
Never.
because we don't even know if he's alive.
I haven't.
I would still hope that you have hope he's still alive.
No, I don't. That's what I say. Go back
really
and look.
hope that.
I always say we don't know. We have no clue.
We don't have
None
a
of
clue.
us know. And the only listen, nonsense. My point of contention with Katie and with Chris has been the belt. I have a child that's on the spectrum.
I understand that.
So it's my point of
contention
is they're disparaging. They speak of him in a disparaging way.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Come on, nonsense.
No, they don't. And here's the
You're deaf.
Who is this dude in the bottom? All things serious. Who's this guy? He wasn't disrespectful to me, but he's so far off with his questions. He'll ask me another question in this too that really bothered me, because I can't even believe that this is where we are at.
Dan, you are deaf and blind to the whole thing.
Actually, furthest from it. They do not. In an aspect of a professional setting, speaking from a professional, like outside the box, if CPS obviously had interaction with them, correct? Whether we like it or not, take your opinion out of it for a minute and let's just talk about the facts for a second. And I'm being serious here. Lay it down for a second. Look at it from... Are you joking? Malicious intent. Obviously, CPS was involved, correct? You reported on that.
Times. Yes.
Okay, so we can agree that there were professionals involved. And yes, we all know that they make huge mistakes at times, correct? We can agree on that.
Absolutely.
Too, okay.
Yeah.
But there was multiple agencies and multiple places that were involved. That's the other thing. Law enforcement, from one end to the other, is really investigating this. Whether we like the tone and the words that they choose, at the end of the day, that's our own opinions of their choice of words. You can have, and this is where I was trying to go with that, you can feel some sort of way about the incident with the belt. That doesn't correlate to the current situation. And to even use that as a basis of your dislike for them, or your willingness to overlook the facts, and just instead of sitting back and supporting all of them and saying, we don't have evidence of this, it's so ridiculous to me. That is not, factually speaking, from a professional standpoint. We can argue about parenting styles, popping on the belt. I was raised getting beat with a belt, picking my own switch, that old school generation. Unfortunately, no matter whether we like it or not, there are still some old school generation. There are still people that believe in spare the rod, spoil the child, whether we like it or not.
Not even his dad. He's not even Sebastian's father.
I get that, and you can have your opinion on that. We
yes,
can all have our opinion.
But you won't let me have my opinion. You have to go live about me every freaking.
Your opinions are not speculation. You are actively speculating. We're talking terms here.
Why do you think? Okay, why do you believe that you have the right to dictate what other people on?
I'm not trying to dictate.
About? Because
trying to dictate what you talk about.
Exactly what you're doing.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get you to have respect for the victims and the stories that you're telling.
So to bully someone into submission, you cannot do that.
You claim that this is your job, correct? And I'm not shaming you at
You
all. I
cannot
think,
bully someone into
hold on.
submission. That's not
Listen,
how it
I'm
works.
not attempting to bully you into submission.
What do you think
I am
that
trying to get you to speak and think
Oh my
about the
God.
victims. Think about somebody telling your story at the lowest
Oh
time.
my
Would
God.
you want to be? She just deflects and turns and twists and brings up another thing, and I'm like, do. Okay.
really believe
Over and
what
over again. When you were
Do you-
laying on the
oh,
floor at the
wow.
weakest moment in your life,
I
would you want
would
somebody
hope that
standing over you
everybody would
kicking
talk
you?
about my kids, and I have not kicked them. I have
So
complained
you're
about
perfect.
the things.
No
that
skeletons in your closet.
Oh no, fuck no, I'm not perfect. I got all
Okay.
kind of fucked up issues, but I would still want people to advocate and talk about my
Advocate. She calls what she does advocating.
son.
This isn't
and my kids.
advocating when you're speculating about the parents. We don't even
Are
have a
you
crime right
serious?
now.
Are you sticking up for Chris Proudfoot? Hold on.
This right here. Are you sticking up for Chris Proudfoot? Are you okay, dude? Are you okay?
Are you sticking up for Chris
And
Proudfoot?
are you saying
I'm sticking up
anything?
for the parents of a
You
missing child.
support- okay,
100%.
What about all the shit Granny's talked about?
What? And you'll notice the quick deflection right to Granny. Quick deflection.
You support people that talk shit on Seth. Why is that okay?
When you say that she talks shit on Seth,
Yeah.
are you talking about like she goes off the rails? And you got to understand, I don't watch.
Flat out
all
says
these
she
people all the
doesn't
time.
like him because other people.
Okay, pay attention here. This is something I wish I would have called her out on doing right then and there, but I was confused. I was like, wait, did that just happen in real time, or am I hearing things?
People uplift him. What kind of shit is that? Mocks
I
him
haven't
about
heard her
his
say.
pain. Oh, I can get you some clips, girlfriend.
Okay, please
Like I
do.
said,
No,
give me
please
some
do.
days.
I would love to see it. I've asked that. I was asking you genuinely the other day. If these exist, send them to me. And nobody would. You said that I think you ended up saying that they were deleted or something.
Oh, well, her
the
whole
clips you're talking about.
whole live stream was deleted. It absolutely was. Of course, she's. My whole point is,
What live stream are you talking about?
Oh my God, guys!
No, I'm serious. I genuinely don't. You guys, please don't talk about her children in the chat. Please don't.
Live stream, it was a whole stream she did, and it was about Jen Soto and Maddie Soto and what happened to Maddie.
And I get what you're saying. I totally get it. You're giving examples of the things she does. I get it, but she's going to twist every bit of it. Beach is only an insult if you're misogynistic enough to think it's an insult. I am a raging bitch and proud of it. It means brave. It means intelligent. It means strong woman. If you think that's an insult, I can't help you. Thank you, Brianna. I just came out of my mouth. Truthfully, I didn't even know it.
Maddie. And she presented the.
You notice she was talking to me about a clip about Seth, though, and supposedly what Granny said about Seth. Did you see that quick switcheroo? Now we're talking about Maddie. The two streams, I don't know, maybe they were in the same one, but that whole switcheroo right there, good try, but I caught it after.
Case. And she freaking used that case as a weapon against two other mothers on YouTube.
And I get
to
it.
show that because they dated a guy on YouTube, she's trying to say that, look at what happened.
I only turned my camera off to smoke.
To Maddie. This is what May Noodles and Dee Dee is doing. They by default put their kids in, like she compared the whole thing. She went through the whole case and she used it to drag two other people.
But ma'am, Brittany, since your mods are here, why did you start off talking about Seth and then pivot to Maddie? One isn't the same as the other.
Like oh my God, it was so disgusting.
That's why nobody
so
disgusting. I genuinely have not seen it. I didn't watch really anything when it came to that case, and that's genuinely speaking. I couldn't tell you the slightest about this live stream. So if it exists or you have, send me what you want me to see. I can't have eyes everywhere. And whether you want to think that I am watching you like you think I'm not. My eyes have been focused on, this is a bigger problem than just you, Brittany. You have personal history with Granny. I get that. You have personal history with a lot of people that I have never even heard of until this case.
Right.
This is not
it
personal
definitely
for
helped
me.
your channel grow. Let me tell you.
And here we go from me saying, I get you have personal history here. There's nothing here into instantly look at your channel growth. Ma'am, I'd rather grow organically over calling you guys exploiters and pointing out the misinformation. I have in fact, we hit over 1 million views and we're not even two years in yet on this little tiny channel. So whether or not people think my little tiny channel and me growing my channel, no, I don't. I put your names in the titles, yeah, because I learned I'm going to say it with my full chest and make sure it's right in the algorithm with the shit you're putting out there. But I don't use victims. I don't have to hashtag the crime victims, their families. I don't have to have them on panel. I've never had to do any of that to grow my channel. I've grown organically. I rarely ever go on panels. I feel awkward when my link gets dropped. I've done this. This is me, not you. Yeah, you introduce some of the people that don't like you to my channel. Thank you. But beyond that, they're here because of me and the content I provide and the way I lay it out. You can take credit for all of it. But if they really wanted to support you, they'd be over there supporting you, not me. There's that. No, it's not just you. I call it
No, you
people that are
definitely
way
haven't
bigger than
grown
you.
your channel just off of me, and I say it all the time. It's off of other creators too. But you
Oh, absolutely.
you have
The truth-
definitely been a den for my haters. That's for sure.
Well, you in the same thing. That's how you grew your channel off of missing cases and other people. Like that's growth, right? Like
I've
that's
never,
how it works
I've
out
never
here.
sat on my panel and
It's just ironic to me that that's even a conversation she wanted to have. It's not about numbers and views to me or anything like that. This is harm being done in an active case.
did what you've done to me to these
so
missing
stupid.
family members.
You know what?
These victims.
I would wish you
Mm-mm.
would have the balls to do this for a
I
family
would
of a
not
victim.
do this. I would never
wouldn't.
do what you do because I don't believe in bullying.
You could never do what I do because you're not factual. And I'm just being honest here. Sorry if you don't like it, but you couldn't do what I do because it takes integrity and it takes intelligence. And not saying that you don't have some intelligence, maybe you do in there somewhere. I've yet to see much of it used, but you definitely lack in the integrity department. This takes integrity because I've stood on the same thing I've said I've stood on all along. I haven't flip-flopped for somebody's wants, needs to fit into a group, anything like that. I go where I want. I do what I want. What you see is what you get. I'm the same exact way in every capacity of my life. This isn't an act. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. That is totally different than what you do. You have cultivated a personality for an audience. You are a certain person for that audience to get those people to come in. What don't you think it would be nice to be yourself sometime? Like fully just be yourself. The worst things you could say, like whatever it is in your little heart's content. It would be so much better to be true version of yourself and not have people expect you to be this fake version of yourself and accept you for that every day. It would be exhausting putting an act on for a bunch of strangers on the internet. Truthfully, I don't got time for that shit.
Bullying people.
You
If
don't believe in
you
bullying
really
people.
think that what you're doing is
Well,
is,
you're kicking
is
the
a good
family of a
thing.
missing child that we
You
don't even have a
truly
crime
think what
yet.
you're doing is a good thing nonsense. You
It
really
is
believe that?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Because you know what? Absolutely. I will continue to stand on that. Yep. If one person stops with the misinformation, if one person does better for the victims, if one person realizes what the families are going through, if one person stops getting hurt because of creators like this and the need for a show, absolutely. And guess what? It's not only happened once or twice that it's helped people a lot. And I might not talk about some things publicly, but there's some things that go on the back end that I know it's working and helping. We did.
What are
We were
you going
able
to
to
do
get
when
the
somebody
attention of the
takes their own
California
life?
governor
Nonsense? Let me
to
ask
get
you
a
that.
hearing. You know
What
what?
are you going to do
My
when someone
group of
takes
people,
their own?
and you'll never take away from the Islanders that we actually rallied around one of our fellow amazing Islanders, Amethyst and Chapped, two of them actually. But in one specific case, we were able to get the attention of the California governor because we don't just talk about it, we are about it. We try to put action behind our words and we will do anything and rally behind those that need our support. So yeah, we actually walk this walk. We don't just talk about it, we put action behind it. And unfortunate as that situation is, it has opened some of our eyes to a way bigger issue out here of how victims are treated, not only by people like this attempting to tell their stories, but by the systems themselves.
Own life over your.
Oh, you're not going to put that on me. See, the thing
No,
that I
because
don't
you
play
don't
is I
think.
don't play
Oh,
little kid
because
games
yeah,
like
because
that.
you tell
I don't do
yourself.
that. Oh yeah, you'll never put your mental health or attempt to shame me into saying that I'm going to push somebody over. No, I won't play that with anybody. We're not going to do that. That's emotional manipulation. She tried it all on me last night.
Oh,
We
you
don't
tell
we don't take
yourself.
responsibility for people's
Oh my
mental health.
God.
Nope, we're not doing that. You don't get to
Are
put
you
that on
fucking
people.
kidding me?
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
fucking
get to push
serious.
people to their break like that nonsense.
That's not on me. You signed up for a public app. These are words you stand on every day and say you're so proud of them. You're bringing awareness, right? So if your awareness that I'm reviewing and pointing out the misinformation of the harm and the things that you are doing actively, and you stand on that, again, that's a you thing, not a me thing. Stop trying to deflect and blame it on other people. It's never going to work with me. Never. If you need a break from this app, a free app, hit the X and log the fuck off. You're a grown ass adult. If this is pushing you to your break, then this is the job you chose. You are open for criticism on a public app. You will not get
really
to
tell
shame
yourself
somebody.
that other people are responsible. So it's not your fault. They're responsible for their own selves. And
Think about what you're doing to the family of a victim. Think about what you're doing to the family of a victim.
Me saying that I disagree with Chris and Katie is not doing.
That's not what you've been saying. You have not been saying that you disagree with them. You've been saying all sorts of stuff about them. And you know as well as I do that that's true. You've been saying all sorts of stuff. You were shaming. And somehow, it was 2 nights ago that they did the thing about Katie's mom. Absolutely just disgusting. Lack of common sense.
Anything for their case. It's really
sad that you think that. It's really sad that you can't see the bigger picture. I hope sometime, maybe with some age, you will see the harm and the damage that misinformation can cause in cases like this. You can call me crazy all day. See, she stops with insults and then boots me off. First panel I got booted off of.
Jesus, I gave her a chance. Y'all saw that.
You need to get your mods to get all the trolls.
All things serious, I do talk a lot, but when you're confronting me and saying things that I blatantly didn't say, where's the retraction for that? She blatantly lied to all of you, said that there's billboards and petitions, and none of you said a fucking word. This is what I call weak-spined bullshit. If you sit there and let her lie to you and gaslight you to your face, miss me with your fuckery.
Trolls out of here.
I totally gave her an opportunity.
Brought them all in here with her.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't bring them all on with me. Nana, you are so ridiculous. Not one person knew I was going up on that panel because I was trying to, but she wouldn't drop the link. And Kathy had ended her live. I had checked out. I was still watching her. I finally saw the link. I hopped on. Nobody knew I was even going up there. I didn't text a single soul. They knew I was watching for the link earlier, but when she dropped the link, nobody knew I was going up there. Not a single soul. I didn't text a fucking thing or a person to come into your chat and troll you. Let's get it straight.
They're not going to give it. I can't believe, I really can't believe what I've just heard.
What she did.
You really can't believe what didn't you hear correctly? Because I'm sure you didn't really listen to anything I said, obviously.
Did was she came in here to get all your people to come off channel, and it's working.
No, I did not. You're so ridiculous. That is not. How silly. You flat out blatantly lied about the petitions and the billboards. I went in to take the opportunity to correct the misinformation about that and promote the standardized billboards petition. Once again, if you're going to talk shit, I'm going to turn it around and use it for my own benefit. And for that, we have a petition that needs signed to standardize Amber Alerts. Sorry, call me selfish. Perfect opportunity to plug Arctic's petition and the billboards for Sebastian. You give me the opportunity. I'm sorry, I took it.
And she's got all her people coming in here. I'm listening to them. I'm watching them in chat. This is crazy.
All my people. I guess I must have a Discord that I don't even realize and send out. Look I'm going on. No, I don't need backup. I roll by myself. If there was people in the chat, it's because they were watching earlier because of the bullshit she was spewing.
That woman is evil.
Well, the mods were doing it. It was just too much at the same time.
I'm fucking evil. Evil. Imagine that. Yay, I'm so evil. Like, these, it's just, it's boring. This is boring.
They were working. I was watching.
I want to ask you guys.
You held your
Y'all
own
really
right.
believe what she's doing is not?
She's a bully.
How is that not bully?
because
She
I'm
is a
30,
bully.
and then you
I'm a bully because pointing out your own words and saying them back to you is being a bully, calling you a bitch. I don't have a palatable, I don't even know, style for everybody. No, I'm a little rough around the edges. I say what I say and I stand on what I say. If that bothers you, sorry, I'm not going to change for your sensitivity. It's just not going to happen. I don't have the time for the bullshit. Period. Point blank. End of story. These are victims in the worst situations of their lives. They deserve better. They are actively on the daily being kicked over and over and over again. I don't have the care or concern for these people's feelings, these creators. There is an active family, all three of them, Seth, Chris, and Katie, going through the worst time. Sebastian is missing. That's what the point of this should be. If you're bringing awareness, then you should talk about Sebastian, not about rumors and speculations and adding to those on his parents, because hopefully he comes home and all of this will never go away, but they're going to have to deal with all of it. And you could do better and do no harm, especially since you call it your job.
say because I'm 36 years old, it's not bullying.
You're a grown ass adult. I cannot bully you. You are way too grown. You claim that this is your job, your career. This ain't bullying you. This is called criticism and commentary of your own behavior, your actions, and your words.
I
And that
didn't.
she really doesn't think that her actions and her words have an effect on someone. Do you know? And then I'm sitting here telling her about all of the hate mail and death threats I received, and
Show it. If you are actively getting that stuff, please show it. I would love to see it. I, for one, please post it in your community tab today. Post the death threats, name and shame. That shit is unacceptable and shouldn't be happening. Please do it. I am pro that across the board. Nobody should be doing that. That's never going to settle anything. But if you're not showing it, I have nothing to go on. Yes, I have gotten death threats. Yes, you can go back and look at my community posts on both pages and see all of the shit. You can see it the entire time I've been here. Everything that I've been through has been documented fully. You name and shame these people. You point it out. If you're getting that done, handle it like an adult. Take it to the proper authorities if you are actually getting death threats, serious ones, and keep it moving. I don't know what she's missing here.
nope, that don't have anything to do with me. You don't think that your incitement of hate hasn't caused.
And by the way, good point, Helen, because you keep mixing in my girls, my group of people. My core group of people has been with me from jump. The island has grown, and I'm so thankful for all of you that are here. Every single one of you. You are welcome on the island, and I appreciate you being a part of these conversations because they're important and they're necessary. However, that same core group of people that I've been with from jump, that have been around here from jump, the people who understand what I'm talking about and get what I'm saying, have been here. They haven't gone anywhere. They've been with us. So when you continue to say we're lying and we're doing all these things, you're talking about me, my mods, and my comment section. There is some new people in here I'm sure that you have past history with. Again, that's a you thing. But they don't do that shit over here. They poke at you. They say what they feel about you. That's their opinion. I don't care what your comment section says about my looks or about anything about me because it doesn't change my stance on where I stand. Nothing your comment section says about my looks is going to change how I navigate what is happening in these cases. The two don't correlate. You can call me all of these things. Guess what? I'm going to continue to stand beside these families taking hits. And if I can take a few of them for them, I will absolutely do so because it's unnecessary what you guys do to families at their worst times. Period. Point blank. End of story. But you continue to deflect and say that poor you, poor you. Do you realize what is happening to the family? Like you're talking about death threats. They have people actively stalking their home and they have a missing child. They have people stalking their home.
Oh, some of that? I got news for you, honey. You may tell yourself that I'm not saying that I'm going to push myself, that I'm going to be.
Oh, that's funny shit, Revival. Yeah, you did. You did get that one. Yeah, supposedly I'm somehow rich. She's a rich bitch. What? Okay, you can rely on your old. Now I'm gonna have that Hall and Oates song stuck in my head all day. Another thing, by the way, my mods, people around here, we're not into the real life shit. We don't waste our time doing shit like that. You would have to be able to prove any of that. So again, leave them out of it, because when you're coming at me and rewriting history on a lot of these things, you got to understand it wasn't just me going through it and walking through it. A lot of them have been right here along the way, and you're taking blatant shots.
At the brink of going over at all. But what I am saying is I can definitely see how someone that's weaker than me could be pushed to that point.
Pika, right? I know. Make it rain. Or what does she say? Welcome to the green team. Oh,
Points. And I'm going to tell you now, it is, whether regardless of you telling yourself that it is our personal responsibility to put up, to take care of our own mental health or not, that is dismissive. And that is something that I have heard the trauma community
dismissive, because I'm dismissing the fact that you're not going to try to shame me for other people's emotional stability. Yeah, sorry. That is a much bigger issue. If you are frustrated to the point of that, yeah, sorry. I don't play these. This is just ridiculous to me to hear this.
say to excuse their dirty behavior for time and millennium. But I got news for you. That's not the way the court sees it. How many times have y'all heard about people being prosecuted for taking parts in somebody's demise? It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And do you see how she's sitting there and said that I blame Katie for what her mom is? That's not Katie's fault. Never have.
No, it's your mom's fault.
2 nights ago, was it two? It must have been 2 nights ago. She was actively having conversations, and like the way they were discussing it was absolutely shaming people. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, that's not her place. It has nothing to do with the current situation of Sebastian being missing. Not one bit. Law enforcement will do and ask all the questions. It's not a fucking dumb YouTuber's job to be investigating these and announcing them live. Completely unnecessary, and not your trauma to unfold.
I seriously almost want to go through all the stuff that she's done and break down word for word how she twists everything I say.
Please do.
I never once have accused them of unaliving Sebastian. She can't say that. How?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Fuck it. Can you stick to a point? You would get nowhere breaking down anything I twisted of your words, because you say your words very blatantly. You would gaslight the shit out of people. That's all you do. You gaslight yourself. You are a gaslighting extraordinaire, and I hate that word, but that's exactly what this is.
How is me disagreeing with? Did you just fall?
Who?
Christian, did you fall?
Where's that same energy? Where's that big old tough badass that was there just a minute ago? What happened? Now we play the victim because I talked to her with passion on her panel. Like, I wasn't even rude to her. Not at all. I'm sure some of you were shocked that I didn't rip into her in further ways. Like, I'm sure people were like, oh, hell no, Becky's up past her bedtime and this is not going to go good. I'm sure some of you were like, take Becky's phone away, Kyle.
I just heard a thump. I felt a thud. Felt a thump.
You heard a thud?
Yeah, and
You guys, please don't talk about her family in the comment section. None of this has to be about that. I get why you guys are doing it and the irony of what she's missing here. I understand. But please don't, because it just gives her more opportunity to continue that whole victimhood. And she fails to realize the two correlate between her own situation and what she's doing to the victims in these stories. She can't make that correlation, and she just continues to use it as a victimhood so please, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not shaming anybody overdoing it. It's just something that she continues and is able to use, and it works for her.
listen, I want, because I'm sure this will be content for the next 2 days. Mom, where's Neil? Did you? He said something was biting him, so he went to sleep in my computer chair.
What, in there?
Yeah, but nothing was biting him. I didn't see anything.
Tisme, you've wanted attention over here a few times, so I'll give it to you. It's clear she nonsense only thinks no one has the right to their opinion. You have the right to your opinion all day long. Do you have the right to slander and defame parents of a missing child? No. Do you have the right to stamp all over their lives when you have no idea what's actually going on? No. Victims' rights are more important than your fucking opinion. Sorry. Just gonna say it blatantly. You don't like it, that's a you thing. I don't care about your fucking opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. That's the stupidest and most immature shit I've ever heard somebody to say. Narrow vision, I guess, narrow minded. This has nothing to do with your opinion. Your opinion doesn't matter. The victim's rights should trump and have more regard held for them than your fucking little feelers and your opinions. Like, what? Are you okay? Oh, Jules, you're fine. Is that Jacqueline? Jacqueline, are you telling me to go back to my shrink? My shrink loves me, actually. Absolutely. Stop bullying us. Who is that? Are you guys okay? Are you grown ass women okay? Are you guys okay? Trilly? Trilly, are you okay? No, Tara, I get what you're saying. I get that. But again, I don't do that. That's just not how I maneuver.
I can't. So you guys know I gave her an opportunity. I mean, I wanted to be fair, but
Oh, I'm like, wait, what is happening here? You guys can talk. My shrink loves me, though, truthfully.
like she in a little bit.
We
Why
have
are you
great
sleepy?
conversations.
Get my phone. Well, here, no, not mine. I gotta try to do a call in. Here's the thing. Here's what's so effed up about it.
And it's absolutely the furthest thing from that, Gavel Geeks. By the way, Gavel's laugh, Gavel, you have the best laugh ever. Like, your laugh can make me just have the best mood. Your giggle, you and Queen Bee have these giggles that no matter what mood I'm in, can just make me lose it. When you guys both get the giggles, it's my best. Burnt toast, too. Those three. When they get the giggles, I just giggle. I can't fucking help it. When they get to belly laughing and giggle, oh gosh, it's the best thing.
It. I part of me feels like she could be reasonable.
Bye,
But-
Alan. Love you.
But then there's a part of me that's like, you really believe that you're doing. She really thinks she's doing something good.
I am, Brittany. 100% I am. I don't think so. I know so. And there's reasons for that. And there's reasons for my arrogance on that. Do I know that we're helping people? Absolutely. I have been thanked numerous times by people that I don't need to explain to you or open up those conversations. But again, if we can take anybody to step back and realize the harm that they're doing to these cases and change up some of the ways that they approach them and give more respect to the victims, absolutely worth it. And I know personally of at least 3 creators that have come to me in private, in person, and thanked me because something I said or did in one of these streams reviewing other people finally sunk into them, and they've changed and twisted how they covered cases with more respect to the victims. Amethyst story opened up a ton of eyes. People saw a bigger picture. Absolutely, we are making a difference. 100%, whether you like it or not. It's not always the easiest way. Change doesn't come from people remaining silent. I'm going to say that again. Change doesn't come from people remaining silent. See something, say something, stand up. As a society, all of our peers deserve better. The humanity is being lost in all of this. And yeah, I'm not humane at times when I'm dragging these people over the misinformation because, again, these are families going through their worst times. There is no good that's going to be good enough for these victims and their stories. This is not even a true crime case. For the true crime community to use it as fodder for the internet is most disgusting when it should be about awareness. He is missing. There is no crime at this point in time.
No, she's not reasonable. She's trying to say you need to talk about Sebastian. Well, we're talking about Sebastian and his background, the people that are in his background that could have caused the things that happened to him, that could have, and I'm saying could have. We're putting all this into perspective. But how boring would it be if we tried to just sit here and talk about
The facts, Nana, the facts of the case, like actual awareness, advocacy, you know, the facts of the case. How boring would that be? Isn't it crazy to me that it's all for a show? Isn't it wild to me that she's admitting right here that it's all for a fucking show? How boring would that be if we just stuck to the facts? How boring.
Sebastian walked out the door. Well, why did he walk out the door? What was the circumstances behind it?
You can speculate with respect. You can talk about this stuff with respect. There's some of it that's unnecessary to even discuss. There are so many missing children out here. Why the same one? Why? Why is it not awareness across the board? Oh, wait, because this was the one that got you in the algorithm that almost got you to 15K. Again, congrats. You got to 15K almost, I think. I don't know. Who cares? You're so stuck on this number shit. You should be thankful that you have these stories to tell and you should treat them with more respect. You've gotten to 15K milking people's stories at their worst times, putting your own spin and twist and narratives behind it. Those victims deserve respect.
That
Too.
made no sense to me.
Which when she said, "Why do you?" Oh,
It made no sense to you, Nana. I think that's pretty much across the board. Sorry. I've always tried to be respectful, but this woman just grates my nerves. Anyways, thank you so much, Vibrator.
Starlight says she's drunk. She can't comprehend things on a good day, let alone. Oh no, I didn't even realize.
How embarrassing. How fucking embarrassing. Starlight. Starlight, are you serious right now? That's who said it, that I was drunk. I've never heard or seen you do the things she accused you of, not in all this time. Wist, rewind, because she just accused me of blatantly having a petition and billboards to get creators off. Lie number one. She absolutely shamed Katie about her mom being an RSO. Lie number two. She absolutely has used people's worst times and kicked them when they are down. Lie number three. I could go on and on and on. I mean,
She probably was drinking. It's
I mean, really, even if I was, it was Friday night. I'm home. I'm 41 years old. I am allowed to do as I wish. Who cares if people decide to drink? That's just not my cup of tea. I can't. It is what it is. You don't have to lie about me. That's the thing. There's no need to lie about me.
1:00 on a Friday night. I didn't even think about that. See, I'm gullible, y'all. I didn't even realize it. I just tried.
Oh, and here we go. Oh my God, you idiot.
I just don't. I don't
I'm not going to
understand why.
base that, but
This is when you say, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if she was? And no, I wasn't drunk at all.
I'm just going to say she
Dumbasses.
was totally out of control, and she came on here to sabotage.
Can you imagine that's me being totally out of control. That was 100% out of control. So out of control. And I went on there to sabotage her. No, she blatantly lied and I corrected it. Pretty fucking simple concept, Nana.
Share your channel, and I went into chat and I watched all these people on there that came in.
Please show me where I did that, Vibrator. I know you're just saying, repeating it, but we're gonna look at that too, because I didn't call Brooks a C word. I called her a twat.
With her. I mean, it was a setup. It
was a setup. Are you fucking joking?
It was a setup.
Well, I do want to say in defense of my mods, though, they are trying to.
Oh, I know they were doing
you know
good.
what I mean.
They were doing good, but I saw it.
Yeah, to give free, like, because these people will say she shuts everybody's opinion down. No, we give you an opportunity.
No, you don't.
Thank you for standing your ground. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, there's Jugs. Oh, there she is. And that's her nickname. I'm not being disrespectful. She laughs about it. She thinks it's funny. Blah blah blah. That's who sent her that. Oh my God.
Mary Lynn.
Oh yeah.
I've said, how many times have I said this, you guys? We creators have to stick together. Us create.
Yeah, you please stick with Terry Lynn. Please stick with Terry Lynn. Let's go to when the links were starting to be dropped in my chat yesterday about Arctic Fox. Let's look at this just so we can repeat what I actually was saying. Let me see here. If they feel I can't, and I links. Where did I call her? What? Yeah, everything. Yeah. Actually, hold on. We're gonna switch again. I'm gonna go back to this one and let this play while I while I grab the exact timestamp where I called her a twat.
Gators and subs alike. Fine, maybe I got it wrong, but listen, I can't watch this shit. I can't.
Well, Britt, I'm gonna give you
Oh, she admits maybe she got it wrong. Then correct the shit.
kudos tonight because you stood your ground and you stood her.
Bruh,
Where
Well,
did
I'm
she
not
go?
gonna-
She dropped off because
I didn't
she
drop
couldn't-
off. I got
she
kicked
couldn't
off.
Well, I
prove
did boot
point.
her. That I'm gonna be. I did
Oh,
boot her
I'm
off
sorry.
because I can't.
I'm sorry for interrupting, Bray.
No, that's okay. I mean, because yeah, that was not. She really said that. It was absurd. And thank you so much, Terry Lynn, for the super chat. And thank you for all you do as well. I know that they've come after, and I do want to make it clear that I'm not the only one. And I've said that. You know, I don't want to sit here and pretend like I'm this shrinking violet that's getting everything. The things she said about Brooks, the things that
Okay, let's look and see what I said about Brooks. Here's the first timestamp. Hold on. A creator by the name of Crime, Lies, and Bullshittery, Brooks, decided to release a call that she is claiming is with a neighbor. And this neighbor came on and made some outrageous. If you can support somebody throwing out the F word and the R word like that, like she did yesterday in her live stream, that says a lot about you. That's a you thing. You're entitled. This ain't personal. The victims deserve better across the board. She's out here releasing fake phone calls with a fake neighbor. I mean, cool. If you can stand by that and say, I love her. I mean, it ain't personal. You can love her all you want. It's a little weird that, once again, you disregard the victim over loving a Why do you guys lift these creators on pedestals like there's something? Like, it's so weird to me. We are all just the same. I just talk behind a channel. Nobody different. Like, I don't fucking get it. Outrageous accusations. Outrageous. Yeah, we're gonna look at it. Complete and utter bullshit. Complete Courtney. Ridiculous. Courtney, I will continue to talk about the harm being done to victims, and you got a problem with that? Courtney says it is also unnecessary to be talking crap about other creators, but if that's how you build your platform, that's on you. But this is helping to find Sebastian. Courtney, first and foremost, I'm not a true crime creator. I don't claim to do things like that. Yes, I absolutely 100% exploit the exploiters. Absolutely. These are trash, garbage human beings. They don't deserve respect. I'm not talking crap about them. I'm saying the truth to their face. If you think it's talking crap, it's the truth, unfortunately. You want to support that? That's a you thing. Again, you want to look in yourself in the mirror every day and say, I am so excited to go support people slandering a victim's family because we're helping. We're bringing awareness. If that's what you do and you can sleep at night, more power to you. Have fun. Carry on. Nonsense. Not vetted. And then she has the audacity to say, the neighbor was not people real. That are standing up deserve respect. Bitch, you don't have no fucking respect, nor integrity, or brain cells. And I can't wait till this. Isn't it ironic? That's my air that we have. If you didn't get it, I was air punching because I'm an air punching professional. Jules, do you need attention today? Do you need a hug? Your Saturday morning cartoon's not come on yet. Like, what are we doing here? You're looking foolish. You can spew all the garbage you want, but pretty sad look. Perry Lynn finding a pair of pants in a location completely, I mean, it's close, but we have cousins, which aren't cousins, calling into T-Revs. We have neighbors talking to Brooks. Isn't it ironic that all this is happening? No, you're fine, Chico. You're fine. Well, I'm over it. Brooks on crime lines and bullshittery said he called her that name, the F name. So there is that, Mr. Chris. You are vile and ignorant, in my opinion. Sebastian is a beautiful gift from God, and you never deserved to know him. You are a monster, in my opinion. God makes no mistakes, and Sebastian. This was Slimy's post. Let me see. Where else is there? Let me find where I called her. It won't come up as twat. Let's see. Is there any more? There's 2 of 8. Hold on. Oh, this might be it. Let's see. 4. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Oh, here it is. Here we be. I just want you guys to hear me call her what I called her. The person is doing their jobs, people, first of all. But then today, the wonderful Brooks, the dumb twat herself, comes on with a recorded interview that her, there's the word, twat, not the C word, and her mods have been talking to all the neighbors, and they recorded this guy who's got this horrible story about how they were making Sebastian sleep in the garage. And then, lo and behold, the neighbors watched. This is not factual, by the way. If you can't tell, this is fucking sarcasm and the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. Then she says that he was out there spraying him with a pressure washer, calling him an R word, all in front of the neighbors. Yeah, they do. Yep, they do, Brianna. Thank you for that, too. Yeah, truthfully. Okay, so there you go. There's the horrible things. Now let's fast forward down here and then we'll move on. Yes, Arctic. Arctic, do you want a wrench? If you want one, I would gladly. I don't know if you're getting cloned to or not, but I would gladly give you one so you can drop whatever links you want to. Arctic also has, I've shared, I didn't do my description, but it's in my descriptions on some of my videos. Standardized Amber Alerts. He's got a petition for that. That if you please go sign the petition, it's to standardize Amber Alerts across the board. So there's not any of this up and down stuff. This is where she claimed I was talking about a petition. Now you'll hear exactly what I was talking about. It's amazing how she just did this. They've got that started. I mean, you guys, there's a few creators out here who have really taken the reins and really done so much. I like Swoop. Thank you, Sheila. Okay, Arctic, I'm throwing you one. So you guys can drop your links. My mods know you can drop your links. You can drop the standardized Amber Alerts, whatever, anything like that. Anything we can do to help as a community, because this takes so much more than one person, and it's going to take a community of people to. I gotcha. You guys can drop anything that you want. Anything that we can help with as a. Oh, Lordy, let's go right here. Why are you back in here? Shouldn't it be against your police report that you filed previously to come back into my chat? I mean, you actively now have walked back into a chat that you claim created hate speech against you to the point where you had to call the cops and make a police report, Samantha Joy. Are you okay? This isn't a safe spot for your bubble here. You understand that going into this, right? I'm going to talk about your comment right now. Are you going to be okay if I talk about this, or is it going to cause you another police report and complete meltdown with a $20 super chat? Let me know up front what I'm getting into here. Because last time I addressed you, you cried and threw a fit and made a police report. The funniest thing. Prove it that it didn't happen then. What are you talking about? Where are your receipts? Have you talked to CP or Katie to confirm that things didn't happen? What are you talking about? Are you saying that you'd be okay with it? Such a joke. What exactly? You're going to have to give some context here, because I don't know what I'm trying to prove that didn't happen. Where are your receipts? Have you talked to CP or Katie to confirm these things? I don't know what you're talking about. Which things? Factually speaking, the phone call. What are you talking about, please? Yes, this is Samantha Joy who called the police. This is Samantha Joy who called the police because of being in my chat last time and having a conversation like this turned into hate speech for her. What are we doing here? Yeah, by the way, why are you over here? Because anybody over here is supposed to get blocked. Yeah, I know, you guys. I'm trying to, I get it. Oof, right? Oof, Danita Fide. That's what? Oh, hold on. Show receipts of what, Samantha? What are you trying to get me to show receipts of? What did she say? Show receipts of what? Oh, pineapple. We'll listen to that right now. We'll listen to that. My family's asleep, so I'm doing my content before. Good morning, Duchess. Yeah, I want to know, Samantha, are they coming to take me away? Ha ha. When? Did you give them my address? 8675309. They can call me too. Are you there? I'm coming to save you. Help is on the way. Samantha? You there? What you doing? You're asking for receipts of what? Oh, I don't know. I'm I'm not exactly sure right now what is going on here. I'm trying to get her to clarify her
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, we definitely left Kansas. Okay. Bye, Samantha. Have a good day. Tell your officer, call me later. The community, we really need all my exes live in Texas. I'm gonna need one of those. I need new buttons over here because I keep thinking things that are coming to my head and I'm like, I need new buttons. Need that stuff done. These are things that 100% we can do something to help with. These are things that are Samantha, ma'am, are you okay? Seriously, I'm genuinely questioning if you're okay. You called the police on my chat. You claim you called the police on me in my chat, and then you actively came back to my chat and now are doing the same bullshit again. Is this for another police report? Are you like documenting police reports? Like, how many police reports can I call on this creator named Nonsense on the web? Like, do you think this makes you look okay and cool? Does this give you a gold star in your little girls group? Like, what's this doing? Do you move up a notch with your insane behavior? Like, are you vying for a mod wrench over there? Like, I don't get what's going on here. Is this a tryout? Are you using my chat as trying out for something? Like, can you tell me more? I need to know more about the logistics of what you're thinking right now. I need in that brain. It's kind of like a social experiment, I think, at this point. That are tangible. And right now, that is so important because yes, it's not when, it's not if, it's when. Yes, that was last weekend. She called the police on me in my chat. Yep. And she was really so proud of it that she put that comment in with a $20 super chat to Brittany. And she encouraged Brittany and CJ to call the cops on me too. That happened. Yeah. Yeah. The next case happens. And the next one, at this rate of what we're seeing happen to this family, is going to be even worse. The amount of misinformation that is spreading is impossible to get ahead of. It is impossible. So many of us are trying our best. There is so many of us creators that are trying to point out common sense flaws, small things, misinformation. But unfortunately, at the rate that it's going, we can't even keep up. Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's really, really bad. They are, Kim. They already have. They really, truly already have. The damage that is done isn't There's some of it that's never going to come back. Yes, Arctic, thank you. I'm going to pin that. Oh, shit. I can't pin it on my iPad. How come? Let me go over here. Pin. Please go sign that petition for. Oops, I'm muted. Samantha, are you okay? Are you really okay? I wouldn't blame Brittany for your insanity and coming into my comment section because you hang out at CJ's too. But they didn't bring you into this world. Like, they're not responsible for your insanity and your behaviors. But ma'am, are you talking about canceling me? Are you attempting to cancel me to take people down like you? First of all, I'm not standing up, I'm sitting down, so there's not very far of a fall, factually speaking. I know that's hard for you to do. But are you actively trying to cancel me, meanwhile crying about cancel culture? That can't be what you're doing, is it? No. Is that what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing? Are you okay? I think we need a Costco box of Kleenexes for you at this point. Let's
For
continue on.
standardized
Amber Alerts, please and thank you to the pin. Oh shit. There's gonna be another 15-minute conversation with Deets when she's not even in the comment section about Deets. You really support canceling me? You support canceling me? Josh, meet Deets. Josh's comment got Deets in the hot seat. It was actually quite ironic and funny because it all happened in my chat. Deets didn't even know when Josh was being funny as fuck, and it got twisted into a whole conversation about Deets canceling her. But don't worry, she has entered the building. Oh, it didn't pin. Oh, it says it pinned. Hopefully ooh. Perfect. You guys can drop anything you want. My chat's a free for all. You guys know that. Drop whatever you want. We just need people to, you guys, if you hear this stuff and you comment in those channels, please ask them to source this stuff. Ask them chances are you'll get blocked and timed out, but it's worth it. It's honestly worth it if you're getting blocked by correcting misinformation, because if it makes one person think before they go run and spread the misinformation, it's helping. So please do your part. We're all trying, but it's going to take a village. We have to band together. These families deserve better. Okay, it's pinned. Thank you. Yo, Samantha, I really am really worried for you. Do you like, I'm becoming speechless over these comments, actually. Samantha? Oh, Dexter needs a treat. Hold on. We're gonna have to go get Dexter a treat, but your chat is so cute. Okay. Keep talking. The more you say, the more you incriminate yourself. Ma'am, to be honest, the clink was kind of my thing. Like 3-day vacation, away from everybody, silence, somebody waiting on me 3 times a day, get to sleep, 3 hots, like 3 hot meals that I didn't have to prepare myself or do the dishes. I mean, not really a bad thing in my experience. But anywho, moving forward, Incriminate ourselves for what? There is nothing criminal going on here. Me talking openly, publicly about your public statements and your public behavior, there is nothing wrong with that. I don't take it offline. I'm not calling police departments on chat sections. I mean, you can say it's incriminating yourself. I'm a smooth criminal. I guess I need that one. Smooth criminal. I'm going to need a new theme song when I walk in. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Samantha, I think you woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Truthfully. I really do. Hold on, we got to whisper because everybody's sleeping and Dexter wants treats. Shh, we're whispering. Shh. We're whispering. Here you go, buddy. Okay, kitties, you can have them too. Okay, we're good now. They've got their treats. Okay, we're back. Somebody said some people won't even get offline to handle their kids and nonsenses over there interrupting our lives all the time to feed her dog treats. Yep, I do. I do. All right. Carrying on. Oh, yeah. JLR's been tweeting all sorts of stupid shit constantly. Reddit is always the source. Yeah, Reddit is always a source of misinformation. It is unbelievable. Please sign the. All right. I don't like listening to myself. You guys get the gist of what happened with the whole petition thing. If you have questions, it's pretty simple. Hold on. We're going to switch gears now to the interview. Dexter's over here like, I love this Beaverhausen. He's like, every time I get mom to give me more treats. So we're going to actually go listen to the interview right quick. And we're going to talk about this right here all day. There's just something about it. Oh, and I'm sorry if all of you are still in bed and I said that and your dogs are now giving you the stink eyes. I'm sorry. Oh, I know some of you are probably kicking me right now because you're like, dang it, you said the T word again. Okay, this is crime lines and bullshittery. This is her supposed interview with this quote unquote neighbor. There will be more to come about all of this. Trust and believe. We are not over yet.
April showers bring May flowers.
Well, how you order?
A lot of what we long conversation with one yesterday that said no. Normally he would cut out of work early on Thursday and then leave out either Sunday night or early Monday morning. And the pressure washer thing happened in February. My question is, and don't get me wrong, some people say, well, February is too cold. You have a lot of nice temperatures.
Samantha, do you want a link? Do you want a link to come up here and tell me about myself? If you do, I'll drop you a link. If you want a link to come up here and tell me about myself, I'll drop you one. You're free. Feel free. I'll drop it for you. I'll give you a minute. Let's give her a minute. If you want a link, I will absolutely drop you a link. You can come up here and tell me about myself to my face. You got so much to say. Come say it to me. Come on. Come on. I won't boot her. Nope, I sure won't. I won't even talk over her. I won't mute her. No. Come on. Oh, of course. Okay. She's too busy for this. She has an actual company to run. She just felt the need to come on here and let you know you're dead wrong with how you're moving, especially on the internet. Samantha Joy, especially on the internet, you don't know anything about my personal life whatsoever. And even if you do, I mean, you are filing police reports. That's fucking weird. It's the internet. Are you okay? Again. Secondly, you're in my comment section making all sorts of comments. It's going to take the same amount of time to come up here and tell me about myself like you think you're attempting to do. So it would probably be faster, truthfully, but good excuse. I mean, you're good. Oh, I won't hold my breath for that. I'm sure you will. Kathy, on my phone? Are you texting me? Are you texting me or what are you talking about? I haven't looked at my phone at all, y'all. Hold on. And I don't care that she won't come up. People have shit to do. She might be in her pajamas still. I don't care. It's totally fine. Thank you. Kathy, I'm not sure what you're... Yeah, no, I'm not. Hold on. I haven't looked though either. Oh, your messages last night. I didn't even look at them. I didn't look at them. I went on panel, and then I was done. I set the phone down and went to bed. I didn't even look at it. Sorry. All right, let's go.
Temperatures in February. It's like a baby spring. Anyway, why that one weekend was Mr. Proudfeet away?
Thank you.
Right. And why lie about it and say that you've been away for a month, which has made us all suspicious of that in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why was Seth alienated for a month?
Exactly.
Okay. It was said by one of the neighbors that Chris Proudfoot, when asked about Sebastian, of course, we know that he would kind of pick on him. I'll put it that way.
We don't know that. Factually speaking, we do not know that. That's not accurate. You guys have interpreted what you've heard to be picking on him and disliking him and all these other things, and that's not it. And actually, I have to say, there is one thing that I did watch that I actually retract my first initial thoughts on. I think Seth having a PR guy, he seems to me, my first impression, take it for what it is, but if that keeps Seth on focus in the conversation about Sebastian, I think it's a good idea. Now, I do think the rest of the people around him have been complete jokes, such as his team, the PIs, but this man did an incredible job. Pascal tried, in my opinion, again, just off of what I've seen, tried to steer it off course a few different times and push a little further for more salacious content. And that guy that's talking for Seth or being kind of an advocate position really kept the focus on more tangible things, in my opinion. To be seen where we go from here, but so far so good. And I really hope it's genuinely somebody that's stopping him before he goes on these call-in shows, stopping these narratives. I'm hopeful. I'm going to give it more time to see how it works, but I think it might be the smartest thing I've seen Seth do so far, because truly they're taking advantage of a vulnerable father, no matter which way you look at it, no matter if you like Seth or not. This isn't a personal competition. He's being taken advantage of by blood-sucking scum on YouTube. for these. So if it can help with that, I'm good with it.
He said at school they call him Mr. Piss Pants. That's the reason Sebastian wore a pull-up. When one neighbor was asking about Sebastian, he said, that's Katie's retard.
Okay, so please understand, and please do not repeat those words in the comment section, but she is really comfortable saying this. There's a few words she'll repeat in this that she is really comfortable saying. It's pure disgusting to me. I can't even imagine this happening and nobody coming forward until now about this. Again, CPS, law enforcement, everybody has been involved. This is so off. And factually speaking, she's not even providing information of what neighbor. There's nothing vetted here. Let me say it that way.
Oh,
Now, that really, really upset me.
yeah, me too.
Oh, you guys, if you have not heard this yet, it's going to get really bad. She says some pretty derogatory stuff in here, and there's no basis of any of this being factual. So, trigger warning heavy on that, and I'm really sorry, but it's going to upset some of you because it is horrifying to hear what is happening. Sarah Tequila, thank you for becoming a member.
I mean, how disrespectful and disgusting to speak like that. It breaks my heart.
And I don't believe for a minute that the neighbors are making it up. And it's
No.
10 times worse than we even thought.
Okay, so once again, factually speaking, we know that there is one neighbor running around. She makes herself known in comment sections all over the place. She's a pain in the ass, kind of, in my opinion, because she talks about all of the harm that this case is doing and so on and so forth. But meanwhile, she just keeps interjecting herself in all these places. But that's not who is brought on in this interview. And secondly, I just need to remind everybody how easy it is to become a neighbor. It is easy to email one of these creators who doesn't do their own vetting and pretend that you're a neighbor, give them a fake address, give them a name. You could Google that information. I'm not suggesting, but this is exactly the basis of these calls. They can email anybody, give them any information. They can vet them every way, shape, or form, say that they're vetted, do all these things, and there's still no fact basis behind it. Like, anybody can pull a stunt like this, and we've seen it done before. Please hold your horses when it comes to this, because trust and believe, when we come back around to this, there's going to be some shit that's rolled.
Sebastian likes to eat things like sushi, tofu, things like that. And so one time.
Yes, we do. And it's a very familiar voice. Yeah. Some of you won't recognize it, but down the road, you guys will understand.
Now, mind you, Chris Proudfoot was never invited. Well, he was once. Okay.
Yes.
To a neighborhood picnic. Let's talk about that, Chloe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We should definitely explain that. So Chris Proudfoot was disliked by the neighbors so much to the point where when they had neighborhood cookouts and stuff, they did not invite him. He was only invited one time. And he was aggressive and not nice to anybody. So nobody wanted him around. And then, yeah, you tell him what he said about Sebastian. It's horrible.
Yes, she does play a full recorded call. We'll get into it. I'm going to speed it up, you guys, because it's really a lot.
He even said to one of the neighbors when Child Protective Services was, coming around, he said to Katie, where people could hear it, he goes or I go.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one of the lies that has been going around, that there was this ultimatum given. We know that that's never been said out front publicly. There's been speculation and rumors about that, but we've never heard any of that come out of any of their mouths.
Our last visit, he said, this marriage is not going to work out. Well, go figure. He hasn't had a marriage work out yet.
Yeah, right.
And they've roughly been there about 2 years. Because one of the neighbors we talked to yesterday said, we've been here for 13 years. He's like, I'm like 45 seconds, from the house. He's like, I walk by there all the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm hoping that they just sell the house and move.
because he's like, they've been here about 2 years, and his biggest complaint seemed to be about Chris Proudfeet.
That's not hard to vet either. A lot of this information, I'm going to pause and tell you how easy it is to get these details. That is not hard to get. If you follow their interviews, things that they've said, these are things, none of this is new information. And all of this stuff that's being put out here is stories, bits and pieces of stories that people have heard and turned it into a bigger thing, in my opinion.
Absolutely. That was the main, everything he had to say, that person was about Chris. And it was it shed a lot of light onto his behavior.
Well, and he had an issue.
This is going to come back and haunt her. Trust and believe. This is going to come back here and haunt her. Creators are also being duped by people pretending to be Chris and Katie texting them. 100% factual.
With things that Sebastian preferred to eat. One was sushi and tofu. And it was explained that Chris Proudfeet is very homophobic. And he would tell him, that's what faggots eat. That's why they were
another word that she just willy-nilly throws out here like this.
So hell-bent on the Texas Roadhouse. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I can't believe that you would even use that word. That is just a gross word to even use, in my opinion. And then to say that about food, come on. I love sushi.
You see how fast and easy that flowed out of her mouth, though? Seems to be something in her vocabulary very often. Same with the R word.
I mean, we all do. A lot of us. And eating healthy is something that was important to Sebastian's diet, in my assumption, due to his health-related issues. So, I don't know.
Well, and the thing is, I totally believe that Chris uses that word all the time, because when he contacted me about me saying words like noobs and no ass.
See, right here, he contacted her, she claims. Did she vet that it was him?
He called me a faggot.
That's right. That's right.
Why would he call you that out of nowhere? Why would that have been the term he called you? I don't believe that. I don't believe that she vetted that it was actually from him. I really don't. I'd have to see proof of otherwise. I would have to see or hear that he said that. That would shock me, because that would make no sense why he would come back with using that term. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. What are we going to do? Now, the CPS engagement was not because of the belt whipping.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has to do with the mattress. All right, Chloe.
All right. Do you guys remember what Chris said about the mattress and where the mattress came from and why the mattress was there? Anybody in the comment section actually listen with their ears open? If you did, please let me know, because what they're about to make it into isn't that.
This is a lot.
Yeah, this is.
So Chris took his mattress, Sebastian's, out of his room because he said, I'm sick of smelling piss, and put it in the garage. When Sebastian was talking about how he sleeps in the garage at school, CPS showed up and they actually asked the neighbors, have you seen this? Help me out here, Chloe, because that's a lot for me to digest.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot to even take in.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying about the vetted accounts. Yep. Yeah. If people are messaging us, Seth, and then she's going to run with this as Chris. Yeah. 100% agreed.
Yeah. They asked other people, and they confirmed, and a neighbor we talked to confirmed that he was made to sleep in the garage. And
a neighbor that we talked to and confirmed with said that, oh God.
And he had heard him yelling about smelling piss. That's his words. And, we all know that it was very cold there the night that he went missing. And think about
please understand, yes, you guys are going to be raging about this, and I'm good with it. Just understand that this is bad. This is really bad. And off of baseline, this is not factual information, you guys. It's not. And it's really bad. It's really bad. This person that comes on to be the neighbor.
The other nights leading up to that, through the whole winter, that if he was made to sleep out there. And what child who I would believe I would be scared in that situation to live with a man like that. And I could understand, if a child has disabilities and certain things that, accidents can happen. If you're scared,
sure.
If you're being mistreated, if you're being abused. I mean, if you didn't go to Seth's house,
I'm 48 years old. I don't trust a fart.
Yeah.
We can all have accidents. I mean, it's so degrading. And Sebastian comes outside thinking that he's just going to spend some quality time with his stepdaddy, and he hoses him down with the pressure washer, and that shit hurts.
Yes.
Okay, so now she throws in, we go from the mattress and him being forced to sleep in the garage, which is not factual information, complete bullshit, complete and utter bullshit, to now he sprayed him down with a pressure washer.
And to the point where the neighbors said Sebastian was having a total meltdown.
Yes. And Katie had to come get him because he had a
No, this is not Chloe, the PI. This is Chloe Jade. Chloe Jade. She's a mod of Brooks, Spanky's, I think. She hangs out in those arenas. Not shocking.
total meltdown from it.
And Chris yelled, "Get your retard."
Yep. Wow. It's just,
She says it again. Look at the ease that these words just flow out of her mouth.
this is what the neighbors saw. Think about what happened inside behind closed doors. He has no shame whatsoever to act like this in front of everyone, to go on panels and be disrespectful and say the things he says. I mean, imagine how awful this person really is. If this is what people just around the neighborhood saw.
And whether it was caught on camera, I don't know, because one neighbor we talked to said he has 6 or 7 cameras around his house. I know the next door neighbor who does not want to go on the record.
Yes.
He has several cameras, and they said they just got cameras 3 weeks ago. They had
Right.
people over putting up cameras.
How convenient is it that one neighbor that they supposedly talked to won't go on camera, but they're repeating things that supposedly they were told? The second part is this guy that they talked to has 6 or 7 cameras. Meanwhile, none of them caught anything.
Cameras because they said they were being harassed, and they said we saw those people in the neighborhood. Let's just get
So they have 6 or 7 cameras. They can tell you all about this incident. They have cameras. Again, where's the video footage of this happening, and why wasn't it turned over to law enforcement? Because it didn't happen.
let's just get to the recording. Also, for those of you that are wondering, the price of 12 eggs in China it would be $2.20 US dollars. I'll put it right there because I don't exactly know their currency. Look at that.
This is going to get way worse than that.
Can't say the price of tea in China. It's
I know.
Let's take a second and
Jules, I absolutely am. I'm taking KP's side, Chris' side, Seth's side, 100%. I'm taking Sebastian's side here. That's the only side there is. The family members have been cooperating with law enforcement. There is actively no crime at this point in time that's been committed. They are all parents of a missing child. I'm standing up for all 3 of them. Yep. More importantly for Sebastian. This is Sebastian's story. And all of you people have felt that it's your job to disparage everything about him and his most cherished loved ones, aka his parents, all 3 of them. I'm sticking up for all of them. And if that bothers you, you see the X up there, you don't need to announce your departure. It's not JFK. Bye-bye.
and we've got some gifts coming in, you all. Thank you, Southern Grammy Wolf, for the super sticker. Thank you to Jules and Pat and TCB for gifting memberships. Well, then how come all of your ex-wives say you have a little pecker?
Right?
How are you going to have that kind of boat-looking feet and have a little pecker?
Okay, what does this have anything to do with a parent of a missing child? This is complete and utter disgusting behavior. What does this have anything to do with the other?
Yeah, at his height. That's crazy.
You don't have enough support.
They're concerned about his height and his shoe size. This is the father. Again, terms don't matter in the big picture of this. He is an active part, a huge part of Sebastian's life. What does this have anything to do with him being missing? How is this helping?
Yeah.
Shoes. He does. He's stuffing Walmart bags in it.
Yeah, right? That's right.
Size 14 boot. All right, Chloe, because yesterday was we had a lot going on. Woo, thanks for hanging in there with me. So let's get to it. And yes, recorded with permission.
And again, I called her a twat, not a C word. And I 100% stand on it. C word, yeah, very fitting. And by the way, Miss Innocent over there, BJ, you refer to me as Contessa and you think that it bothers me. I didn't call her that. So stop lying about stuff I said. But it obviously, if the shoe fucking fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. Because she is disgusting. There's a lot of choice words that would fit this vile trash, in my opinion.
They asked for our actually ring cam footage. They asked for the camera footage. Everyone turned it over. I don't know.
Hey, Mark, I haven't seen you in a while. Mark W. If you're in the bushes, I noticed your account must have gotten taken down the other day again, but I'm hoping your mother-in-law's doing good. Just wanted to make sure you guys are doing okay. Last I had heard, your mother-in-law wasn't doing good, so if you're in the bushes, just let you know I'm thinking of you.
What or if there's anything on, say, like my neighbors or something, or the people down the street, because I mean, let's put it this way. It's a very, I don't want to put down actually law enforcement, but it's very, I mean, where.
You'll understand why I said what I said.
I think the best way to say it is they're very hard-headed right here. And, I mean, do I think they're...
Okay, look at me interrupting already. What he's explaining, and this is when I said, is it okay if I record all this so I don't forget anything? And he said, yeah, go ahead. He's talking about when law enforcement was going house to house to house to house, and they wanted to know who had any camera footage.
Just sitting back and they're doing nothing? Absolutely not. I mean, do I think they're investigating it and they're doing stuff that we don't know? Yeah.
Isn't it weird how there's no name, no like any information just into this call? Like,
but,
what do you think about them saying it's not a criminal investigation? So what are they investigating?
It has to be. No. Yeah, I mean, that's what we all talked about. That's what a bunch of us, all of my neighbors, that's what we all said. We said it just doesn't make, it just doesn't make sense that it's not a criminal investigation because you have a missing, it's actually a 15-year-old, and I mean,
I know
outside of the searches that were done by, I don't want to give names, but it was a big, it was a big actually chaos. It was big schemes with a bunch of things, and I believe that, I believe this. If we have a kid missing, or if now if my kids are grown, but let's just say if
his kids are grown, so he's obviously one of the older retirees in the neighborhood. I mean, it would probably be really easy for them to understand exactly which neighbor he is, right? You would think.
Yeah, one of my kids that was missing, that was 14, 15 years old. Where is the search? I mean, they scaled back the search to where there's almost no search. And I just don't get it.
What did you think about them searching the landfill?
That, now, okay.
I know, it's crazy. He just poof and disappeared. Shocking.
There are two different areas where the trash it actually goes. One, it goes to actually Nashville, and the second, it goes to Kentucky.
Isn't that funny? All of this is information that we've heard and all these rumors and people running around.
So now you have commercial, we'll go to Kentucky. And
Gavel, I don't think it's JLR. I'm not exactly sure 100% the person's name of who this is, but I have inclinations.
but you do have some that if we have ours, it goes to Nashville. But them searching it is something. I'm just trying to see if there's, I mean, I'll say it this way. You have a lot of job sites. Their material, it goes to Kentucky.
Sir, none of this is dropping information.
Okay, Chloe, let's talk about the importance of this.
Okay.
Right, Gavel?
So I asked him, I said, what did you think about them searching the landfill? And he explained it.
Mhm.
You have, like, I'm just going to say regular garbage, but if it's commercial or construction related, it goes up to Kentucky. That's the landfill they search.
Yes. This is supposedly the neighbor.
And we know that there's a reason for it.
Kathy
What
is
is
cracking me up over here.
I don't know what there was. I don't know if it had to do with that construction site, and I'm wondering if something, he was put in something there. That was my thought, but I don't know, because they had to have something if they went there to search.
Mhm. Nobody in their right mind, law enforcement, regular people, YouTubers, whatever, are going to go to a landfill and search. And he explained it. He was like, it's because it's commercial.
Brooks, just so you know, Molly Golightly and Justin of Justice for All actually got kicked out of a landfill in the Quentin Simon case because that's what they thought they were going to do.
And we know there is some construction businesses.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly.
Oh,
And
it's going to get interesting.
you don't
Trust me.
just search a landfill in a whim. You're not going to do it.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay, that makes sense. So, I mean,
if you all know me, some of you in here know me, some of you don't. Pay attention to the words that I'm saying and the things that I'm saying throughout this. I'm dropping you massive clues. If you can read what my words have been. This neighbor is non-existent, y'all.
when were you aware that Sebastian was missing? And by the way, can you come on the show tomorrow? I can just email you the link.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm not going to put your name out there. We're just going to have a conversation because this is for Sebastian.
Yeah, sure.
So he's supposed to come on for a show, right? Camera and all. I'm sure he's going to show his face, vet himself, right? Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
We found out at about, now I'm an early riser.
Me too.
I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm an early riser. Did you hear how he said riser right there?
It's like I told you inside my email, I did 24 years, and I'm a fighter pilot, which I'm retired now, but
retired fighter pilot turned UPS driver.
I get up at 4.
Asking for my friends.
And we found out when we seen the whole area starting to swarm at probably about 10 to 7. And that's when.
Yeah, do not, if you know the neighbors in the neighborhood, please do not say their names. Please do not do that. Don't do any of that. We don't need to do any of that. This is all just BS, period, point blank, end of story.
They started searching around. And that's when they started. So, like, if you go in the back, you have honeysuckle, which from actually Stafford to it's honeysuckle. You really can't see, but it's the side back, and they started searching, and that's where it started. So that's about the time frame, which I would say is about probably 10 to 7 or somewhere right near 7.
So all we found out so far is that this guy watches YouTube creators and runs with rumors so far. Okay, cool. We've all learned this, and we've learned that Brooks likes to say the F word and the R word.
And this is AM. This isn't so that's actually that timeline. But now, I mean, it's just a mystery. I mean,
Okay, and we're going to get to this. Okay. 10 till 7 is when basically hell broke loose. That's the reason I was saying yesterday there's a big difference between 6 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. And I think anyone that sticks their neck out and speaks publicly on the record should be respected.
I think anyone that speaks out publicly should be respected. Meanwhile, we don't know anything about this person, but they deserve respect, right? Anybody coming on behind a screen pretending to be the neighbor of a family that has a missing child, slandering them, should be respected, right? Yeah, not in the world I fucking live in. Not at all. They don't deserve shit besides the utter disrespect that they're going to end up getting at the end of this. Trust and believe.
All right.
I do too.
So he's saying 10 till 7 is when they started noticing the activity. That tells me a lot. Thank you guys for the gifted memberships. I cannot believe you girls today.
Oh,
and guys.
up.
So we've heard she went to wake him up at 6:30. We've heard she went to wake him up at 6 a.m. But he's saying that about 10 till 7 is when the activity started in the neighborhood.
Right.
Law enforcement went door to door to door to door, wanting camera footage.
So this guy has 6 or 7 cameras, right? He had all sorts of footage to give him.
Yeah, right away.
Right? I mean,
everybody's trying to figure it out. I mean, but now I can say on from just being the neighbor, which your friendly neighbor, he's
just being the neighbor, the friendly neighbor. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Could you be mine? Should you be mine? Please don't ever be my neighbor.
not the type of person that I associate with. And I say that because
You mean Chris Proudfoot?
Yes.
I mean, your cup of tea is more like random fake profiles on YouTube, right? That's more of your friends and family, I would assume, right, neighbor?
He's very loud, and it has to be right. And
so all of the things that you could say off of hearing him in an interview, that he is considered loud because he has a voice that carries when he's upset. Okay, cool. And that he needs to be right. He's not trying to be right. He's trying to correct the misinformation because their son is actively missing. I mean, okay.
he has to be right, or you have the whole conversation is basically done with. And he does, which I don't drink, but he does drink. Now, did I witness any? No.
Who cares? Again, if he has a cocktail, who cares? He's an adult. He's grown.
No.
But he doesn't.
My friend's daughter, she works in actually Texas Roadhouse. She doesn't know that now she wasn't working the night.
Who used a source about Texas Roadhouse and had, does anybody remember who used a source that claimed that they worked at Texas Roadhouse and CP was in there hitting on waitresses and stuff? Do you anybody remember those narratives in the beginning? You wonder where that information came from.
That they went in, but she had seen them in there the 2 weeks before that, and something
JLR sure as hell did. Yep. Isn't it ironic?
that Sebastian wanted, or I don't know exactly if it was something that they didn't serve, or I'm not 100%, but he got from, now this is just hearsay part, is that he got very angry and they ended up leaving.
This is just hearsay, friends. Just hearsay.
And it
I can't
was
keep a straight face.
2 weeks.
Now, who got angry? Sebastian got angry. Katie got angry. The staff got angry. Who got angry?
No, it was Chris who got angry.
Oh, I thought he wasn't home the whole month of February. Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
No.
He said, no. So
show me where he said it. Show me where he said these things. Nonsense. For me to understand this right is that it is bad for Chris to say it, but okay for Brooke to say it. I would like to see where Chris actually said these things. I would like to see proof of this because right now this is pure and utter bullshit, truthfully. And it's interesting to me how Brooks repeats this stuff like there's fact behind it. Yeah, that's very true. That he didn't say these things.
a woman that works at the Texas Roadhouse, for whatever reason, Dum Dum, I guess, didn't like his tater tots or something, and he got real angry because I said, now who are we talking about? The wait staff? We're talking about Sebastian, Katie? No, it's Chris that got all pissed off in the restaurant. And then, of course, we go into his regular schedule. Question is, why wasn't he home that weekend? That
right. And why lie about the fact that he hadn't been home that whole month too? I mean, that still doesn't make sense. And then that weekend, he's just not there. I mean, there's no way this wasn't pre-planned. I don't know. In my opinion, I can't see chat and people might disagree with me, but I just really believe that this was like coming to a head.
I just really believe, Chloe Jade, that you should probably just shut the fuck up. Truthfully, just shut the fuck up, because this is probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And you're up here like co-signing it, like cheerleading it on, like, oh my God, this is so factual. Look at us go. Yay, us. Go team.
I think we're all on the same page here. And if anybody has any questions about law enforcement and what they know, the neighbors have been heavily spoken to. So 2 weeks before, they're at the Texas Roadhouse.
Absolutely, they have been. The true neighbors, the real neighbors that live in the neighborhood have been talked to by law enforcement. The neighborhood's been canvassed. The neighbors have been spoken to. Footage has been collected, proper investigation steps. Kind of like what they did for the first 3 days when all three of the parents were at the house together. Seth's own words. Okay, anyways, moving on.
And Chris has one of his good old shit fits. Listen to it again.
And something that
the beautiful Lisa, yes, bypass every single advice from law enforcement, goes straight to the neighbors. It's like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Just do that. It's all for content. Bypass law enforcement. Who cares about any of that?
Sebastian wanted, or I
And that is complete sarcasm for those of you that don't know me yet.
don't know exactly if it was something that they didn't serve, or I'm not 100%, but he got from, now this is just hearsay part, is that he got very angry and they ended up leaving. And it was 2 weeks.
Now, who got angry? Sebastian got angry? And the reason I ask this question is, who got so angry that they up and left the restaurant, the Texas Roadhouse, 2 weeks before? He said it was something Sebastian wanted, and he said it was Chris that got so upset. They got angry and left. Something Sebastian wanted. Well, God forbid he wants an extra roll or he wants some dessert. How many of you have been at a restaurant where your child wants to order the whole damn menu?
Many times.
Yeah. You're in public. You're not going to have a meltdown and come unglued. No. Katie got angry. The staff got angry. Who got angry?
No, it was Chris who got angry.
Oh, I thought he wasn't home the whole month of February. Oh, this is interesting. Okay.
No. He Okay. He would leave. Now, you know he has a fifth wheel, okay?
Oh, that's groundbreaking news. Like, no way. Only the neighbors knew that Chris has a RV. No. Shocker. Boom. Breaking information.
Now, he was, now, I'm going to have to look at the date from 2 weeks from the day before, because that's when they were in there. Now, he would come home sometimes on the weekends.
Listen to the words he's using. So blanket. Sometimes, again, anybody could create a story like this. Brianna, thank you so much for that. Yes, I that's just if it was only that easy for some of these people. Are these people really so dumb to think that Chris is lying to law enforcement or that law enforcement didn't interview every neighbor? Yeah, we know that they did. This is ridiculous, you guys. All of this is 100% utter bullshit. Please understand that this call is all fake. Every bit of it is fake.
And that's when he would get, that's when they would get like a bunch of stuff done. And then he would take off again and he would go back and then he would be gone. But that's what happened. Now,
I mean, that's so hard to like draw that conclusion right off of a person who works out of town, who travels for work. I mean, that's such groundbreaking information that he would come back and forth and they would do things on the weekends when he was home. I mean, shocking. So ridiculous.
It's just, I mean, I'm trying to put a timeline. Like, I mean, he basically had me and my wife, we've been scratching our heads saying, well, it was just something that, but it's just things that.
Oh, this guy's married. He's the married neighbor.
You just can't, I mean, it's just things that.
Next thing we're going to hear is that this guy's wife moonlights as a fake doctor on the weekends or something like that. At this point, nothing would shock me.
That we don't know. Now, I will tell you this. Now, I mean, I know from experience, and because I have family members, you have my brother-in-law, actually, he's a lawyer, but I can tell you this.
Is he a lawyer or a U.S. Marshal? I'm confused.
They have been getting, I can't say every day because I don't watch every day, but I have to pass to.
Brooks refers to this caller as he. That's why I'm saying he, just so you guys are aware. I hear you. I see you.
To go into town that way, but for the last 45 days, I would say every other day they've been. It's actually not detectives. I think they're getting regular visits by. It has to be actually their attorney. So
I mean, we know that from their parents' own statements that police have been there about 12 times.
So I don't know.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay. All right.
So, but
Has law enforcement followed up with you or any of your neighbors recently?
No. I mean, the only thing they did.
Oh, I bet law enforcement's going to be following up after this fake BS. I would bet law enforcement doesn't take too kindly to people pretending to be neighbors of a family with an active missing child. That's pretty weird that people would do that. I would think. I would be interested to, or I would be willing to say that I bet they'd be pretty interested in somebody pretending to be the neighbor of a parents with a missing child. I mean, this isn't typical normal behavior from people.
They actually took the ring. They actually took the ring footage, and I have 6 cameras on actually my house. Well, actually 4 and then there's 2, but it's 6, and they actually downloaded it, which didn't show anything. And but
So he's got 6 cameras. They downloaded all of it. Didn't show a thing.
we've had nothing else. I mean, we didn't have no. I mean, there hasn't been a recanvass or like there hasn't knocked on the door and said, "Have you thought of this?" or "Have you?" I mean, it's basically been quiet.
Well, I mean, I can see what my neighbors, are doing around our neighborhood. So, I couldn't tell you if anything was unusual, let's say if somebody around here went missing. But did you notice anything unusual that weekend? Was there like a lot more activity in their home or what? Because obviously.
Well, he's a retired fighter pilot turned UPS driver. Anyways, are you sure he's even at home on weekends? This guy sounds like he lives quite an alternative reality. So for all we know, he might have went to the moon that weekend in his own head at this point with how much reality is coming out here.
Obviously something went down because Sebastian's missing.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, that's for sure. And then to think that
I guess he must have positioned them differently at this point in time, Duchess, because they must have missed everything. They got those, even though he couldn't provide video of it. But now he must have switched the cameras, the direction, something. I'm looking for excuses to give the guy ahead of that.
That there's no scent. Now,
Well, that's because Chris said the dogs are credible and they're dishonest.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Oh no, I'm 99.9999999% sure this is absolutely factually not the neighbor. 100%. Yep. I'm willing to stand on that all day, every day. Yep. You can say nonsense that it's bullshit. 100%. They can come for me. Guaranteed law enforcement say it was bullshit too. But hey.
You have a canine is going to pick up a scent. And it's actually, it's just kind of well established. But now.
And there's absolutely more to this. But in all time. Time heals all.
That weekend, and this is what the whole thing is with a whole bunch of neighbors. We never really okay. Now, if we watch each other's houses, like
very true, Duchess.
Like if we're watching, and like if we see something strange, but there isn't one that have said that they saw something strange.
Okay. And this is important because they didn't really see anything strange except that Chris Proudfeet wasn't home that weekend. Because before he would cut out of work early, come home sometime on Thursday, and then leave Sunday evening or early Monday morning. But the weekend Sebastian goes missing. And we already know that he said
crime lines and lies. Crime lies and lines. Crime something bullshit from the bullshittery.
He said either he goes or I go.
Yeah.
He told Katie Proudfeet that
Proudfoot.
This marriage isn't going to work out. Something about Sebastian rubs Chrissy Poo the wrong way.
Sure does.
And all of it just makes me sick.
Me too. I have to say too, when you were talking to him, you got a lot of information out of him. But whenever I talked to him as well, he was very forthcoming. Like every question I had, there was no hesitation. He's really seemed to be he wanted the truth to be known. You know what I mean? That was the take that I got from him.
These jackasses both spent their day talking to this guy and thinking that this was factual and like earth-shattering content to bring. Oh my God, please help us all.
So I really do believe You know, and like he said, he's a retired fighter pilot. This is a legit person. You know what I mean? This isn't just some random that we get,
AKA UPS driver.
sometimes on the internet, that wants to insert themselves into something. You know what I mean?
No, and I mean, I've seen a couple of comments in here saying this is just neighborhood gossip. Listen, I understand neighborhood gossip, and I understand when the FBI and different agencies give you a card and say, we are going to need all of your camera footage. That is a little more than shooting the shit over the fence, period.
Yes.
And, you know, a couple of the attitudes that I'm seeing in here, that is the reason people do not speak out and they don't do what they should do.
Right. That's true.
And
we should be thankful.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I feel like you got a lot of information yesterday that we've had a lot of questions about. And to me, it was a very good.
This is so much information that we didn't know about. Like the fact that he works out of town, that he has an RV. No, like who would have thunk it? I am in utter disbelief. Complete and utter shock. This is such new information.
Interview that you did with him, and you know, and like I said, he was willing to answer my questions as well, like very forthcoming. I don't have any. I'm respectful of him.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, it's no secret.
I'm respectful of a phony ass neighbor, but not the parents of a missing child. Make that make sense.
Great. He's not a fan of Chris Proudfoot. I don't think that he's going to go out on a limb and just make stuff up about him. I just don't.
No. I don't think so at all. That's not what I got from that at all. I think he really wants people to know how Sebastian was being treated and what was going on, because he saw stuff that was wrong.
The question is, why did Katie Proudfeet not do anything about what was going on? And yes, people did reach out to Child Protective Services. They did. And that's when they were asked again, have you seen anything else? What do you know about the mattress? Yeah. So it's not like no one in the neighborhood didn't do anything. Hell, they want him to pack up, sell the house, and get out of their face is what they want to do.
Right.
They want on. I mean, all you can do is reach out. Unless you're someone of authority, there's really not much you can do.
By the way, I'm not cracking on UPS drivers. When in due time, you guys will understand. I'm not cracking. UPS drivers make bank and work their asses off. Not cracking jokes at that at all. You'll follow me one day. We'll get there.
It sounds wonderful. I mean, it was like a regular night. And now I do want to say this, because I seen it on one other, I seen it on, I'm not sure if actually you were talking about it, but you know where they're talking about the actual flashlight? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now in actually their backyard, which you can see from if you're on Honeysuckle, they had solar flares, which is the ones that what you buy in Walmart.
Solar flares? Wow, we are going to the moon in this one.
And it's what you put in the ground. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how many of them, but it actually was a circle. Now, can somebody be saying that the solar flare actually was a flashlight? I don't know.
Now that's interesting. And also, you said you have cameras around your house. Why did they not have any cameras? She used to work for Brinks, if she doesn't still work for them.
No, they just put actually cameras in.
Ma'am, he's a retired fighter pilot. His brain works at levels we will never understand. He has been at speeds we will never understand. He has to have cameras to protect all of the intelligence in that brain. I'm sure he is paranoid about people coming in and taking him and trying to, educate others, because there's so much intellectual information flowing out of this man. He's probably like the most wanted secret weapon for the US government in some way, shape, or form. He has to have cameras. He's like secret spy level here with this information he's given us. By the way, again, sarcasm.
3 weeks ago. They just there were 3 Brinks trucks. I actually know it's actually one of the guys because it's one of the same guys who actually worked on
Could he be like the most dangerous person in the world? Like one of those guys, you know, we got a few of those running around here.
Okay, so what he was explaining before I started recording is everyone's house, when you buy a house in that neighborhood, there are motion detector lights.
Isn't it ironic that she says right what he was explaining and then goes on to explain it? Why didn't you start recording from the beginning of this? Did he know he was being recorded? Oh, wait. Yeah, he did. He did. This was all part of the plan, right?
Like when you walk into someone's driveway, backyard, whatever, and it's dark, they'll come on. He calls them solar flares. They're solar lights. And, you know, I'm really sorry that some people, and I knew this was going to happen, are going to scream and yell saying, why didn't this person do more? Why didn't this person do more? You can only make so many phone calls. Could you imagine if you're outside washing your car? And
well, word has it on the street that this neighbor makes quite a few phone calls. I mean, he got hooked up with you two of all people, right? Seems to make a lot of phone calls, have a lot of time on his hands. He watches his neighbors like a hawk. He can tell you everything that they did. He claims he caught it on camera, but there's no video footage of it. I mean, all common sense things, right?
You spray your kid with the water hose or the pressure washer, and they're like, oh, I was just having fun. Now, pressure washers, in my opinion, hurt. But without any injuries, what do you expect them to do? And he also explains the HOA and how Chris had issues with it. It's disturbing.
Chris has issues with rules and following rules, in my opinion. So that's not shocking at all about the HOA.
No. And I couldn't imagine spraying a human being with a pressure washer.
I can't either. In fact, somebody would have injuries. And I think it was used in previous segments that they tried to say that he had, because of his 6q27 chromosomal deletion, I mean, that there was medical issues. So that would have been really dangerous. Sorry, we got planes. You guys know Saturday mornings around here are crazy with the planes.
No. That's just, that's awful.
And, you know, we have heard many times, you know, people saying that Sebastian has sensory issues.
Mm-hmm.
Then why spray him with a pressure washer?
Exactly.
Didn't happen.
Because he knew it was going to make him have a meltdown, and that's what he wanted.
Didn't happen. Things that didn't happen for 100, Alex.
Mm-hmm. And he said, Katie comes out and brings him in. And for those of you that didn't hear the beginning of the show, the whole pressure washer is to clean off the RV, the fifth wheel. He liked being mean. He liked being mean.
Yes,
that's the reason they won't invite him to any neighborhood picnic or anything.
Now he wasn't invited to the neighborhood picnic. Hold on, you guys. You're gonna sit here and listen to this for 1 second while I run in and get my charger.
And outside cameras. Now, I just recognized him and I just waved and he waved, but we never had a talk. But from what I understand, they just put 3 cameras in.
Okay.
And what the word is it was for their safety.
Nobody's bothering them.
And I said the same thing when they made a big thing about certain people that were searching, and I seen the guy drive up and down the road.
Okay.
It actually didn't bother me any. I mean, if you have people out there searching,
I think when he's talking about the guy going up and down the road, I think he's about JLR when he went to the neighborhood. And we'll talk about that because I'm just like, look, nobody should have been, I'm like, nobody's bothering them. No one. And I mean, I know a lot of people are fixated on the pressure washer. Hell, I thought I was so smart one day because I was using our pressure washer to clean off the windows in the front. And here my feet are.
Isn't that ironic? She says nobody's bothering them. Meanwhile, we've seen how many people going through their neighborhood? How many people have we seen going through their neighborhood? Not just JLR. I mean, but that's truthfully speaking.
Are kind of nasty, dirty, as you saw on my Facebook page the other day. And I was like, well, I'll just spray them off. Damn, I thought I was going to break a toe.
Why are you going to stop them?
Now, you do have to watch some crazies that are going to come into your neighborhood because, I mean, you guys have every right to live in peace. And that goes for Chris and Katie as well.
Yeah.
You know, law enforcement, they're doing the investigation. Nobody needs to be coming into your nice neighborhood.
No, and it's all of
Bree, I can see you. Yep, you're back.
these people actually talking about, I mean, the whole other part is where they come in and they talk about, well, I mean, they're millionaires and this and that. I mean, just because we have what we have is because we work for it, but we're not actually millionaires. I mean, just because our house is worth $700,000.
Sir, that's like the average price of a home in that area. That's getting to be the average price of a home in a lot of places. What's this got to do with anything besides more rumors and speculation and bullshit that you've heard on YouTube? Can you go back to delivering packages, please? Because this is going to be really, really fun for us.
I mean, $700,000 I mean, and if you go to Brentwood or you go to Franklin, Tennessee, you can't buy a shack. So,
well, and here's the whole thing. Like you said, you work for it. You know, you're paying for it. It's not their business. I don't know what's going on with this society that the minute they see something nice, they get super jealous and they're like, well, they've got money. Who the hell's got money just laying around? Like, oh, I've got extra money. I've got extra money. It's because people work for what they have.
Exactly.
And that goes for Chris and Katie too. The one thing about Chris and Katie I don't get, I just do not understand, is the different stories, the fact that she called him instead of calling Seth, instead of calling 911. Now, it has been said that she was never outside in the neighborhood looking for Sebastian. Do you know if she was or not?
The only thing that I know, now I didn't see her is actually personally, so I cannot say that. But what I can say is it's been rumored by the neighbor Cliff, who lives to the right of them.
Wait, did he just say that it's been rumored by the actual neighbor? Hold on. We got to back that up for 1 second. Oh, Dexter, hold on. I'm going to slow this down to regular speed. I want to hear what that was.
Thing that I know.
Hold on.
Now, I didn't see her is actually personally, so I cannot say that. But what I can say is it's been rumored by the neighbor Cliff, who lives to the right of them.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did say that.
She did go out by vehicle, but she was only out for about maybe 10 minutes. And
so factually, we know that she left to go look for her son that morning. That's been stated. All of this is rumors and bullshit from the YouTubes. That's where this guy got all of his information. Again.
Okay. So we basically have Candace Wells 2.0. She got into her vehicle and drove around for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the teeth smacking. I'm not really. I'm not sure what's going on with this.
Wow. Can you imagine you're missing your child and you just look for 10 minutes? It's crazy.
Yeah, 10 minutes, and then you call fat fuck size 14 in Memphis.
Wait, did you just really say that? You call that fat fuck size 14? Ma'am, are you okay? What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Who cares about the size? Why is she? Has she ever shown her face? Has this person ever shown their face? Ever? Anybody know?
I mean, come on. 10 minutes?
Right.
What?
How long? I mean, how long would you search for something you love?
I wouldn't.
By the way, if you're a size 14 or even above, embrace your bodies. Size 14 is like an average woman's figure. This is beyond stupidity.
Stop.
She has. Oh, God.
And like I said, they have cameras around there. They can tell you how long she was gone.
Yeah.
45 minutes. They have all this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to see her, sir, I don't think there's anyone that can see that.
Why does he remind me of the guy off of Home Alone? That's who he reminds me of. The robbers.
So
interesting. So I mean, you say that, you know, Chris likes to drink, you know, he's over 21. That's one thing. We've heard that Kate.
She said fat fuck and then size 14. I know she referred to his shoe size as 14 while she was talking about his private parts, which again, completely inappropriate and disgusting. No need to do. Parents of a missing child. Absolutely, completely disgusting. I don't give a shit. She said fat fuck, then size 14. I'm just making a point. Yeah, she mentioned his size 14 shoes in the beginning. I don't give a fuck. She's disgusting. She's vile. She's trash. Period. End of story.
Maybe sometimes gets a little too tooted. Again, you know, she's over 21. There's been, you know, stories about someone in the neighborhood that she could be having an affair with. Have you heard any of those rumors, or is it just rumors?
I think they're just rumors, but now I just want to make this clear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not accusing them of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Seth, which I've seen him inside the community. I've actually talked to him because he was searching, and
I am correcting shit in my chat and giving more context to it. If you're taking it personally and don't realize how fucking disgusting this is, don't ask me if I'm okay, because I'm 100% not okay with this shit. Abso-fucking-lutely, and perfectly fine saying I'm not okay with this shit. It's fucking disgusting that they're doing shit like this to the family of a missing child.
he asked some actual questions, and he had my wife was out there, and now you don't take offense to this, but you know, women, they like to talk. So
I'm one of them. I'm one of them, my friend. I've got all day. I know.
So, but I mean, but I'm not saying they did anything. I'm not accusing them. I'm not throwing them under the bus. I mean, I believe in that you're innocent until you're proven guilty. But right now, there's not even a crime. So,
well, then what are they investigating? Because they're not.
Man, this person seemed to listen to a lot of the things that I have said, huh? Kind of sounds like Becky talking in ways. There's not even a crime here. From the neighbor who is claiming that all these crimes were committed, and he's got cameras, right? All these phone calls, and they were such horrible people, right? Huh. Amazing when accounts go disappearing.
Searching for Sebastian.
That is what, and That's why I think there's a lot more that they're holding to the vest. Now, on to what side? I could not answer that. I mean, or if it's not even a side, and if someone might have lured him out and they took him out. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, but it's actually possible. I mean, but where I said about like you have Chris and he likes to drink, and he is 21 and well, he's actually 40. He's actually going to be 41, but
He's, oh my God, this guy. Come on, please get better guess.
he's not like one that I would sit down with and like that I would have in my circle.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Dude, I think you have a bunch of fake alts in your circle, and personalities on YouTube is probably about all you got.
Well, I don't want him in my circle either because I think he's a heinous individual. Okay, so she was out searching for 10 minutes. Now, remember, Chris Proudfeet said that they did a 3-way call to the non-emergency number. Was she out driving around during this? Was she told to go back home so she can meet the investigators, or what was really going on there? Because 10 minutes is real quick. That's basically I showed up to the party, I told everyone hi, and I turned around and walked out because I want to get back in my pajamas and watch something on TV. That's pretty much it. It's you just made an appearance. And why was her phone on mute when she was talking to them? How can
we try it on 1.5? Are you guys okay with that? This is enough.
Chris Proudfeet tell them what happened or what was going on, considering he wasn't there?
If it gets too fast and you guys can't understand things, let me know. Brianna, thank you again. Fighter pilots have to be officers, and officers have to be college degrees. To reach retirement as an officer, they have to have a master's, and most have PhDs. Just saying. Yeah. Throw common sense all the way out the window, people. All the way out the window. Remember, this is a character that's being portrayed online. We got to completely, to get into the zone of this, you got to throw all common sense right out the window. Not even a little bit. You can't have any in there. Clear it all out. We got to get on this level so we can make this make sense here, people.
Exactly. As a mom, why would you not want to call 911 immediately and say, I can't find my son, I don't know what happened, oh my gosh, I'm in panic? The first person she called was him, and then he called. That's crazy.
Yeah, a 3-way call and she was muted. Well, they need the information, and the person that's not home can't give it to them. That's ridiculous.
Right.
And Seth's private investigators say they can 100% verify that Noass wasn't home.
Oh, there goes Mike.
Yeah.
And these are Seth's private investigators. They're saying he wasn't home.
just what I'm saying.
He just seems to be kind of a mean person. And you're not the first person I've talked to that lives around there. You're just the first one to come on record and just say, look, this guy is he's not a nice dude.
No, he would be outside actually working on the fifth wheel, or he'd be working on his truck, and for whatever reason, he would just start screaming.
Yes, she calls Chris Proudfoot no ass. And she says that when she called him that before, he responded to her in a message and called her the F slur.
He would just start actually yelling at him and just,
At Sebastian or who?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He would just, now, I don't know what he was doing outside. I couldn't tell you that. But I will tell you this.
And has the skill of marrying a moonlighting nurse on the weekends, or doctor, advanced nurse practitioner, whatever the hell, but just weekend gigs.
Figure out. Okay, well, here. I know you heard some parts about it, because if actually nobody did, then I don't know where people did, but I'm sure you have. And that's because, okay, you know what was put out there about actually him being essayed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have Chris, and from what I know from the actual neighbor to the left of him, which doesn't like him at all, said,
To the left. To the left. So this guy's got to be on the right.
Okay, let's be 100% transparent because a lot of people in that neighborhood do not like Chris Proudfeet. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said the neighbor to the left of him does not like him at all.
Sure.
He's loud. He's aggressive. He uses profanity when it shouldn't be needed.
Tar Heel for life. You can think he's a douchebag all you want. Doesn't help with the disappearance of Sebastian. Your personal opinions on whether you like him or not. You're not married to him. Don't really give a fuck if you like him or not. He's not on here because he wants to be a beauty queen or personality of the year. He's got a missing child. You don't have to like him. When it comes to his child, it's nice to see and protecting his wife. Sorry. You see it as whatever way you want. I have nothing but respect for the parents of a missing child. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes, and I would have been in prison by this point in time already. Sign me up, ship me off, because you people would not be doing this to my family and me not coming out swinging.
I mean, from what I'm understanding, he can't just say, I'm mowing the yard. If someone says, hey, howdy, neighbor, he'll just shout back and say, I'm mowing the fucking yard. It's going to get.
Tar Heel, did you have your coffee yet? Did you have your coffee? Are you okay? You need a hug? Sure, this guy here, the neighbor, aka fucking phony baloney UPS driver, would give you one. He's got a fighter pilot license too. He could probably fly right over and give you a hug.
Interesting. Chloe, anything you want to add?
No, I'm still processing all of this that we heard yesterday. I'm glad I'm listening to it again.
She's processing. She's still processing. She's still processing, even though all this information has been out there for months on end. But she's still processing. Oh, God. They did not hand out brain cells equally. That is for sure. When God created everybody, he definitely depleted some in the brain cells.
he's
From jump.
he's very much actually, he's homophobic.
Oh, okay. So why was he going around telling people that he didn't want Sebastian around his daughter? Because he had like some sort of feeling that Sebastian was going to do something to her. I mean, what is really going on there?
That part I can't answer because I don't have any clue as to that, except I actually did hear it, but to say that I can say that I heard it with my own ears from someone that I can validate, no. But just kind of knowing them from just actually being here, I can see him. I can see him saying that.
We have no indication that Chris is homophobic in any way, shape, or form. I haven't seen any of that.
I mean,
it makes me sick.
I mean, I can see him saying that. And now, did you happen to hear? Okay, now I don't know if you know this, but this was yesterday. This was last night. I think you touched on it. I'm not sure, but now Terry Lynn was out there actually searching. Okay?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, now
Again, you guys in the belt situation and popping, you can have your opinions and your dislikes on that. Parenting styles can be discussed at length. Still does not equate to the disappearance of Sebastian. Sorry, no way, shape, or form. Professionals were in there. Obviously, this happened a long time ago. Again, you can have your likes, dislikes. I guarantee many of you, if questioned or in this position, it would come out that you have done just as bad, if not worse, things in heated moments with your children. All of you that are perfect parents condemning these, mind-blowing to me. But hey, you're entitled to that opinion. It still doesn't equate to his disappearance, period, point blank, end of story.
she found a pair of pants, which we don't know what's going on. Now, this is where I'm talking about all.
Okay, now the pair of pants that was found.
So the neighbor is talking about Terry Lynn, another YouTuber, who found a pair of pants that are not Sebastian's whatsoever. So this neighbor is now highly invested in all these YouTubers and knows Terry Lynn by name. Interesting. Doesn't seem like it, does it, Gavel?
by the way, Nick Barris with the local news says that they do not belong to Sebastian. And there is an HOA because Chris was called out on a community post because he wasn't paying his HOA dues. So because Zillow doesn't mention it doesn't mean there isn't one. I don't have an HOA. I wish I did, because I got some neighbors that need to quit putting their damn trash can in their driveway.
I live in an HOA. I mean, in my neighborhood, my house that I owned before that was an HOA. It's pretty normal to live in if you live in a nicer neighborhood, that you have an HOA to make sure that everybody is, compliant and doing the things you're supposed to be doing. You wouldn't want to live in a house next to you that's just has trash in their yard and things like that in a neighborhood like that.
Well, it's a love-hate relationship because, I mean, if my husband wants to change the oil in the garage, or I'm sorry, in the driveway, I don't want some nosy neighbor coming over, giving us some sort of ticket or
gosh, no. Yeah.
sale or something. So it's got to just keep up your damn property. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
All the offices here in Hendersonville, this is what I'm talking about. He didn't want to get wet. And he wouldn't come over to her. It took 1 hour for a sergeant, and her name is Sergeant Earhart. She is very sweet. I see her in town. She's the one who came down and she took the pants. I mean,
again, this is all information you could have garnered off of Terry Lynn's live stream when she was collecting the pants. We all saw that unfold. None of this is proving that he's factually a neighbor, which he's not. But
okay, and that's confirmed by the news article. Hold on, we've got our good friend Justin. Yeah, I'm serious. Homeowners Association. It's a love-hate relationship. I'll say, man, I wish we had one because some people just don't do what they're supposed to do. But nobody would want me. Hell, I'll go outside in a sports bra and biker shorts, drinking a beer while I'm clipping my roses. All right, we have our good friend Justin backstage. Justin, what do you think about all this?
Hola. How you doing?
Justin.
Oh, Spanky to the rescue. This will be great.
Hey, Chloe. Hey, Brooks. How's everyone doing? Is my fans too loud?
No, sounds good. You look gorgeous too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So he admitted that he did not want anyone around his daughter, especially Sebastian.
Uh-huh.
And he admitted that on the phone call with Terry Lynn.
Uh-huh.
I thought that, and he had done that interview way prior to doing, I think, any interview. Maybe it was, when was it? I know it was before the Nancy Grace interview.
March 21st. March 21st was the date of that call that she leveraged and just released. We all know that. And he actually said he wouldn't go into private information. But okay, they've made it into something else.
For sure.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah.
And I know some people are saying this guy isn't credible. And if something changed with Nick Barris from the article I read, I apologize. As I have said a million times before, you're not going to get breaking news here.
No shit.
Just not going to happen. I'm not an investigator. Do you find this neighbor to be credible, Justin? Just your opinion.
I mean, from what?
This is Spanky, a.k.a. Justice for No One, a.k.a. Clutch Those Pearls. I almost said something else. Revival. I almost used the term of their members. He also has Hey Sweet Tea, Justin for No One, Justin for All, and Clutch. He streams on all three at once. He's got 3 channels.
What I've heard. I mean, I don't think she. I mean,
It's a man. He, yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay, that's all right.
I get mistaken for a woman all the time, so don't feel bad.
Oh,
I'll get to a drive-through and they're like, "Yes, ma'am." I'm like, "No problem, honey. Let's get on with it. I need my Big Mac. Come on, let's roll."
you know, my Big Mac, and I want to. Is your ice cream machine working?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So yeah. I need to come back. I can't see the chat or anything, so this is annoying me. I just got this new computer, so I'm gonna refresh it. Let me see if that'll work. 1 second.
He's actually triple streaming.
Okay. All right, we got Justin back.
Damn it, it's not working.
I mean, too many things that he has said add up to
They can't listen to that, though. We all know that.
what we actually know in, black and white. And if any of the neighbors want to come up, as long as this has been disclosed to law enforcement, which I was told over and over, they have been here many times.
Right.
They got all of our ring footage. The CPS was
Oh, Tar Heel. Did the fighter pilot over here didn't fly in and give you a hug and make your day better? I'm not throwing hate. This is factually fucking bullshit. Truthfully, you might see it as hate, and it's the truth. This is all premeditated content with a phony ass neighbor. These people are scum who run with these narratives. That's it. That's all.
Because of the mattress in the garage, because Chris Proudfeet said he was tired of smelling piss. And that's why Sebastian was in the garage on the mattress.
You know, I think that's been a long is that what she said? He said, sorry, pardon me. Is that what he said?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. I apologize.
We didn't either. We didn't hear that part either because I'm not buying anything from a phony ass neighbor.
I don't know. I mean, you know, the neighbors from the neighbors that I've spoke to, you know, they kind of kept to themselves. But no.
Oh wait, you spoke to neighbors too? You out here calling neighbors too? Isn't it ironic? YouTube creators out here contacting the neighbors of the parents of a missing child.
Nobody really, you know, the ones that they did talk to, they just didn't really. There was a couple neighbors particularly that didn't really care for Chris.
None of them do. None of them do. Because I mean, he's done nothing but show his ass anytime they're around him.
Jonathan, yes, he does. Yeah, and I think everybody should do whatever makes them happy. I have no qualms about that. Is not any of my dislike for him whatsoever. His contour at times was too dark, but other than that, do whatever makes your heart content. That is not something I will ever shame, focus on, anything like that.
And I mean, him saying, "I'll put a size 14 in your ass," that's crazy. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, I mean, is he Dumbo the clown? I mean, a size 14. How tall is he?
Exactly. That's what I said.
Sorry, here, there's no proof that these allegations are coming off of rumors and speculation. That's factually speaking. We're not misunderstanding here at all, because you have personal opinions about Chris. You're entitled to those. Those are driven from something in your experience. We're not having a misunderstanding here. There's not factual proof to say that those rumors have substance behind them. That's it. There's no misunderstanding. I'm not shaming Chris for things I don't know or factually know that didn't happen the way that it's been made into. There's that.
He's a dumpy little smurf. Are you kidding me? Now, my husband wears a size 13 in boots and a 12 in shoes, but
he didn't say hit. He said popped him on the butt with a belt. One time. One pop. That's it. That's been made into a whole story. Now it's being said that he sprayed him with a pressure washer. That didn't happen.
He's got the pecker to back it up. All of Chris's ex-wives have said he can't close the deal. Sorry, I'm not trying to get you horny, Justin. It's the truth.
You're not. Trust me. You're not. With Chris in it. No, I'm
sorry. How did we get back to this? This is a missing child. How are we talking about his stepdads? Again, father, you can pick apart your terms. I hate that. It's not what we do in our home. But again, it's the internet. You can feel however you want. But how are we back to this again?
So, no, I mean, he can't be over 5'8".
Yeah, I think he's 5'8". Hey, my fiance that passed away, he wore a size 15 shoe and he was 6'5". So I don't know anybody that wears a 14 that's 5'8".
Look at his ears, Justin. I mean, this guy is like a garden gnome. You ever seen a garden gnome with size 14 Ariats on? No.
Right, I see what you're saying. No, I see what you're saying.
He'd be tripping over his own feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to work for him.
I'll give him an 8, 8.5 at the most.
This is what we're dealing with. And I don't mean to knock, but I mean, I personally think that you just have, if you ask the FBI, which they're already involved, you have this, now you had the Secret Service was at our house.
I cannot unhear Joe Pesci from Home Alone in this. I cannot.
At your house?
They were going actually, they were going actually door to door, and they were asking questions.
Well,
And
okay, I'm so sorry I keep interrupting. This is confirmed by law enforcement that they did bring in other agencies to go door to door. And so they did bring the Secret Service out of Nashville, FBI, TBI, because, well, if you have a lot of food to cook, you need extra sous chefs, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, they need all the help they can get.
What? What are these? Oh my God, no, these people.
You know, it feels like this, if there's not going to be anything soon, it feels like it's going to be Summer Wells 2.0.
Huh,
It is already that way.
Sorry, it's worse. You guys have made this worse. And 100% creators have fault in this.
You have Katie who jumps in her vehicle and drives around for 10 minutes.
Well, you know what's interesting to me? Like,
you know, the thing about it is a lot of people don't realize how much misinformation certain creators pump out until they see it, and then you can't unsee it. So at one time, a lot of people in this chat supported these creators or something they said or did. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see the disrespect, a lot of them didn't know he also doxed and put out information about an SA victim down to her social security number. A lot of people didn't know that he falsely announced the passing of a U.S. Marine veteran named Marvon McRae intentionally with a $2 super sticker. He has a problem with reading $2 super stickers. He couldn't even correct the comment on his screen and continue to read off the wrong name for Sebastian.
she's in the car in like a couple, like at 6 o'clock. She had to go in there and check on Sebastian, and then pretty much just jump in the car, which is
I'm not bullshitting any of you. I have no reason to lie. He 100% doxed an SA victim of Adventures with Purpose, Jared's victim, down to her social security. He absolutely falsely announced that Marvon passed away, knowing that there was no confirmation. He used SNBC 13 as a source of the misinformation.
kind of odd to me. She didn't look around the house very long. She could have, based on the time.
No, not at all.
Yeah. There's so much you could pull out. There's so many things. They hunted Jose down in the Summer Wells story. Everybody knows how that turned out. I mean, there's so much that he's been a part of. But people don't know until they know, until they actively know.
No, and I don't know exactly what time she called Big Dick Boots. I don't know. I will say that they have a lot of agencies involved. And as we have known from other cases, well, I'll just put it out there. I mean, the Gannon Stout case, they use the Secret Service to search the phones.
Yes.
The comment section isn't lying to you either. They have seen these things. There's videos of these things happening. This is why we're talking about it.
Much for it not being a criminal investigation, you have a lot of agencies involved, do we not? Or something that's...
I'm not claiming I'm doing that, Tar Heel. I'm not claiming I'm doing that. Never once did I claim that I'm doing that. No. Correcting misinformation and calling out the bullshit. That's what I'm doing. Factually speaking, though, again. And it seems that you don't understand that.
It's not criminal.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. You have the TBI, which they've been here as well.
Okay.
You have the Secret Service, they've been here as well. You have the FBI, they've been here as well. And those are the three agencies. Outside of the Sheriff's Department, outside of Henderson, outside of PD. So where they could say it's actually that there's no foul play, or it's actually, or that there's no criminal investigation, I think.
Tar Heel, from what I understand, there's a police report filed in Samantha Joy's community against my chat and me. I'm sure you could probably get the information from her to jump on the bandwagon of the list of poor us. We are having dissenting opinions on YouTube and being told that our bullshit is just not acceptable in a chat. So you could go call the ambulance too. I'm sure she'd give you the information. She's probably still in here lurking, even though she's saying she's running a business. But I'm sure there's a whole long list. You can go join that list. Feel free. Have a great day.
They need to address that. They need to say, why do they feel that way? And now, I understand if they're trying to build a case on someone, or, I mean, you don't want to give that other person the upper hand. So,
oh, and I totally agree with that. And I know people want more answers and want more answers and want more answers, but it's best, to not tell, the mouse what's on the other side of the cheek.
Ma'am, I didn't say anything about suing me. Samantha Joy, you missed it. You must have missed it. Samantha Joy called the police department because my chat was inciting hate speech. So she called the police on me and my chat. And you're having a problem with my chat too. So I figured if you needed somewhere to feel supported in a soft, comfy landing spot, Samantha Joy and her bubble might be a good spot for you.
yeah.
Just giving you helpful advice.
Then like I just said, you have, I feel sorry for Seth. And I feel sorry for actually Chris and actually Katie for what they're going through. But now to say that I think actually this side's guilty or that side's guilty, or, I think.
And of course, we don't know who is guilty, involved, or what, but I did find something interesting. Hold on. This should make Chris Proudfoot feel better. Did you know that Michael Jordan has a size 13 foot?
Wow.
His left foot is a size 13 and a half. Oh, I'm sorry. Size 13 on his left foot.
Okay, does anybody else find it really peculiar that she's really obsessed with his size of foot and his private area? This feels sexual harassment-ish, if you're asking me. Sorry, I'm just going to say it what it is. People don't like to call it out when it's a female doing it to a man, but if this was a man doing it to a female, people would be outraged over this. Can you imagine if a man sat up here and talked about her private parts and things and assumptions the way she's talking about the father of a missing child?
In a size 13 and a half on his right.
Interesting.
But at 5'6" and 200 pounds soaking wet, old Chrissy Poo has a size 14 in a boot. Huh. We're learning all kinds of stuff today, Justin.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
How does he have such a big foot? And he's at the neighborhood barbecue saying, I'll put a size 14 in your ass.
He wishes.
Interesting. Yeah. Have you had any, I say too much, explain me. Have you had any correspondence with Chris Proudfeet?
Not directly, no. I have, no.
Okay.
I have to tell you.
We'll do it off air, yeah.
Oh, Spanky, why don't you tell people how you've been harassing this family, or who on your behalf? I would love to know. I'm sure the audience would too. Could it be ICU?
If you look at the whole picture, there's a lot of things that just, okay.
Experience leads me to believe that it's probably ICU because she seems to like to do that in every case, factually speaking, that I've watched them cover.
They left Texas Roadhouse, but that was the actual last actually sighting of Sebastian. So from the morning. Now,
yes, she did.
Chris, and you do know that he's working on a new wing of St. Jude.
Yes, that's what he said. Yeah. And he was on, and according to the private investigators, he was on
Jasunki, or whatever your name is, Jason in Kentucky, whatever the fuck you actually go by. Anyways, are you vying for your wrench back over there? I'm sorry you got demoted the other day. You didn't even say anything bad, but okay. But is this like your audition for wrench back coming over here? Is that what we're doing? Just let me know. I'm game. I'll play along and help you get your wrench back. I'm cool with it.
The crane at 5:15 a.m. Now, it doesn't mean that it was started up, doesn't mean it was running due to the noise ordinance, but that's Seth's private investigators. I wouldn't know.
Brooke.
Please go look at my page. If you are really this ignorant about what I do and who I cover, I started off covering way bigger channels than your little buddy Brittany and her buddies here. Please go open your eyes and look at, but that would mean you'd have to actually go do something and look at it yourself. In fact, I'm pretty sure Brittany isn't even at 15K, and most of the people that are in this arena, like T-Rev 757, I think he's up over 70.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
yesterday, Chris said that on some job sites, they run 24/7, the cranes.
Mhm.
And he said he is now working nights.
So they gave him the
Don't tell me what to do. First of all, that doesn't work for any man. Secondly, I do call out who I want to and the misinformation. And I have been talking about JLR and all the rest of them. But again, don't fucking come in my chat telling me what the fuck to do. I'll call out who I see fit. I will talk about the misinformation how I see fit. There's a bigger picture here. Sit the fuck down. Take a seat. Maybe go look and see what we have been talking about, because you seem to want to be a part of the conversation, but not even know what the conversation is fucking about.
graveyard shift. And for people calling St. Jude's to ask if he works there, you're not going to get anywhere because, for one, I'm just going to say it's a HIPAA violation.
Yeah,
And two, he doesn't work directly for St. Jude's. He works for a local union.
Right. Right. They're not going to tell you.
And I was really into the noise ordinances and stuff like that until I put it together. It's a hospital. See?
Oh my God, Tar Heel. Are you the same fucking Molly simp? Is that you again? Is that really you? Are you the Molly one? I recognize the name, but it could be somebody different. Anyways, nicknames like Spanky is not going to fucking hurt this guy. Okay? They call me Mrs. Doubtfire, the Hulk, Katie Joy, skank ass Tanya Harding. Do you see me crying about it? Nobody gives a shit about the nicknames. Period. Point blank. End of fucking story. Again. You are so thin-skinned. It's unbelievable.
If you're building hospitals, police stations, fire departments, things that are considered
vital,
essential, they're not going to deal with that.
Here we go.
They're not going to ticket anyone for making noise.
Yeah.
And also, he works for a union. He doesn't work directly for the hospital. He's put on different jobs.
No shit.
Right. But a lot of
he works for a contracting company.
But a lot of hospitals, they don't work weekends either. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do it where he's at, but you know, especially Sundays. But I don't know.
He didn't working on Sunday. He just didn't come home for some reason. And we hear the neighbors saying, "No, he was home in February. He was at the Texas Roadhouse with Katie and Sebastian 2 weeks prior. Sebastian was wanting something at the restaurant, and Chrissy Poo came unglued, upset, and they left the restaurant. He was home in February."
Yep, I did hear that. And there's no way, in my opinion, Chris was not at home at all in February. He has to know what's going on.
That's right. That was my question too.
Tar Heel, go back to your mama. Slimy over there. Does she know you got out?
To the neighbor, too. The same. I had to ask, was he there that month? Like he stated he was not. He said absolutely he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But he wasn't there that weekend, according to Seth's private investigators, who say they can back it up by law enforcement but can't put out what they want to, which I respect that.
Well, does that mean, was he there that night?
Right.
Did he meet someone?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Was he working on wife number 6? Because when Child Protective Services got involved, he said to Harley Ho, he said to her.
She calls Katie Harley Ho. Yeah, that's what she calls Katie.
He said, this marriage is not going to work out.
We don't know that was ever stated. In fact, I've heard quite the opposite, that was never stated.
He said, he goes or I go. Okay. That weekend, he supposedly was not home. Why was Seth kept away from his son? And the neighbors have spoken with Seth. He has gone door to door asking people what they know, what they have seen.
Good question.
You have Seth on camera at the county jail. And that's where the timeline, that's where it stops. I mean,
I love this guy's timeline. It's so iconic. Like the neighbor just dropped bombshells, right?
I mean, it's because nobody knows what happened before the 911 call. Well, okay, they didn't call 911. They called dispatch. And they actually called, it's actually dispatch, because their friend, she works in dispatch.
Is it a relative or what? Because I heard that. And that would actually make
another rumor. Shocker.
More sense. Like I would rather get a hold of someone that I know. And I'm not taking that for anyone. It's just, things have to make sense to me. But I mean, 911 makes more sense to me than anything.
Now, you would think that, but I went back and forth with actually it's my wife about this, and I said, who would you have called if now I have 5 kids, if well, they're adults now, but if actually one of our kids when they were young went missing, she said I would probably call you first, and then I would call it's actually 911.
Yep.
So that doesn't sound it's actually strange. And
now, will your wife come on the show tomorrow as well? Because I'm getting all of this documented right now. Will she come on tomorrow as well?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
yeah, sure. Let me create her really quick. I got to make sure though, because she moonlights on the weekends as a doctor for creators on YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong here. We're creating characters, right? He claims he's a fighter pilot, so why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to go through all of this that we've gone through because I might have some other questions for you. Just disguise your name. Don't put your phone number out. I'm obviously text me your phone number. That would be great. You have mine.
Oh wait, she doesn't have his phone number. How did they do this? How'd she vet him? She doesn't have his phone number. Oh wait, did they just start emailing?
Here, I'll give it to you now if you have a pen.
I don't. Just email it to me.
Okay. Alrighty.
Or text me or whatever, and then we will do this show tomorrow. And I mean, it's for Sebastian.
Yeah. That.
Oh, hold on. He just has to quickly create a new Google number with a Hendersonville, Tennessee area code.
That's what the goal is for. I mean, we have to bring him home. We have to find out what's going on, and then here, I'm just going to say this in closing.
No, I don't know nothing about Dr. Latina. Nothing about. I'm being a smart ass here. Complete and utter. Don't try to read with that.
And this is something that I'm sure that if there's one person that has not actually thought about this, then I think they're just way out there. Is actually this. It's been over 2 months. He's 15 years old now. You look at this, and you have to think of this.
What are we thinking of?
She has to be eating food. Where is he getting food?
Where's he getting food? Where's he getting water? Why did they have him in pull-ups? Why were they withholding food from him? Why did they have a mattress in
this place was
garage?
a boot camp?
Because they had structure and stability for their child. It was called a boot camp. Oh, that's a stretch.
I agree, Justin. I agree.
Straight up boot camp.
Before we go on to the rest of the show, if you guys could take a second and hit the like. I always forget to ask you guys that. I'm sorry. But have you ever been sprayed with a pressure washer before, Justin?
Yes, it hurts. It'll cut you if you're not careful.
I sprayed my feet with one a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize it would hurt that much. I almost thought I was going to break a toe.
Yes. Yep, it can cut you if you're not careful.
Where are you at with this case?
Yes.
Do you think he truly just walked out the front door?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I don't believe kids just disappear. I don't think he would have just wandered off barefoot, whether it was 26 degrees or 62 degrees. I don't believe it. I think he would have been seen on cameras. There would have been something, the scent. It didn't matter which way you went, northeast, south, or west. The camera should have picked you up. There should have been a dog scent. And it just doesn't make sense. You hear a thud and you don't check on your autistic son, who is prone to seizures anyway, and just being a parent in general.
Well, just being a parent in general. And if
wait, what? Oh, I can't.
Your normal day to day is if you hear a noise, our kids make noise. Okay. If your general day to day is turn down the music, turn down the video game.
Hello, Deets. The FBI just needs to be disbanded because we have a new generation. This is, what should we call it? YouTubers, YTI? No, that's close to UTI, and those are painful. Well, this is kind of painful too in itself. We need a name. What's this division? It needs to be an alphabet word. Alphabet agency. We got to come up with a name for this because they're going to replace they're better than the fucking CIA and the Secret Service, y'all. Like, we are totally defund the FBI. They are being replaced.
get back to bed, or brush your teeth or whatever. But the way she mentions the thud,
I haven't.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
First, it was she just heard him playing in there about 10 o'clock. And she said, what did it sound like? She's like, he was just in there playing. Just sound like he was in there playing. And it's a thud and all of that. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that they're talking 3 hours. They talk 3 hours a night. I don't believe that, in my opinion. Just so much of this doesn't make sense. They've changed their story so many times. It's...
Oh, that's right. The YBI, YouTube Bureau of Investigations. He didn't start that. I think other people around him did, but I forget. Oh, God, that's bringing back memories.
I mean, the changing of stories, I can't figure out. And why was it so important for the general public to know that Chris was not home that entire month? And then Seth was saying, I didn't see him that month. It was like one thing after another. We already know about the custody issues with Chris's daughter, Faith.
Right.
We know from the documents that...
Chico, what time are you going live? I should have checked. I didn't check. Tell me what time, so I'm off here.
The family court wanted to speak to Sebastian.
Correct.
Chris does not like to be called out, given rules, told what to do. He's like a man-child. Instead of just doing what he's been told within reason, well, why this? Why this? Why that? Why they want me? Yeah, that's exactly. He wants everything his way.
RBI?
Yeah, and that is one thing that now... Since you touched on that, I will say one thing, and this is known to law enforcement from my neighbor that actually lives on the left of them, is that you had Chris did not want him in.
For them, Thor. Them. They're replacing the FBI, the CIA, all of it.
The house sometimes because he would urinate the bed.
So that's what the bed was for.
That's what the bed was for inside the garage. Yes.
Wow. But see, another one of your neighbors reached out to me, it won't go on record, and said that Chris was washing off the fifth wheel or something.
So the neighbors are out here cold calling Brooks. Just believing this shit.
And Sebastian was just kind of goofing around like a kid does. And he started spraying down with water, and Sebastian didn't want to be wet. And it freaked him out.
That's what I was telling you just a few minutes ago when they were doing some.
Okay, we'll get back to that because it's very important. All right, spraying him with the hose, the pressure washer, whatever you want to call it. We don't purposely make anyone uncomfortable. Now, we also certainly do not put a mattress in the garage because a child might have an accident. That's not the way to teach them to use their bladder.
Absolutely.
This isn't factual, you guys. Please understand that this is so far-fetched. This is not even remotely what happened. Oh my God. I can't believe this. I can't.
It's the
This
craziest
is gross.
thing. There was rumors that, they locked Sebastian in his room.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know what Sebastian, told the teachers, and the teachers told CPS, but Chris would not even discuss it.
Yep.
Because a 15-year-old comes to school and is suddenly wearing adult diapers, pull-ups. Pull-ups are for 4T and, a toddler. So
they're called incontinence briefs, you insensitive, ridiculous.
Let's get it straight. He had on adult diapers. Okay.
Have a great Saturday, Deets.
Sad.
Something outside now. This wasn't the same time. This was a different time. He was working on his truck, and you had Sebastian was outside. I don't know what happened, but Chris.
He doesn't know what happened, but he's going to continue to tell you.
Started screaming and hollering at the top of his lungs, and it went on for a good probably a good minute or so, and then you didn't hear nothing at all, and so
a good minute or so. Oh, that's a long time.
I mean, I don't know if he might have touched a tool, or I'm just taking a guess because that I don't know, but I do know what you're talking about because
this guy had to have done the voiceover for Home Alone with Joe Pesci. There's no this. I can't unhear it. I'm stuck.
and I know who you're talking about, who told you, because it could only be one, that he was washing down and he soaked Sebastian, and Sebastian went into like he just started to he just had a meltdown, and that's when Kate came out and actually got him because he didn't like being wet.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to be sprayed down by the hose either. Now, my understanding is that CPS was called about something Chris said. It wasn't about the spanking with the belt, but it was because he would tell him, you have to sleep in the garage because I don't want to smell piss.
Yeah, and that's what actually my neighbor, that's the one who lives to the left of actually Chris, because CPS went.
Before we get to the rest of this, our friend Kat said, if they made Sebastian sleep in the garage, how do we know that wasn't where he was sleeping on the night he went missing? Could the thud have been him slamming the door and leaving?
I mean, perhaps it could have been. I don't think, him by leaving by himself, I don't think so. I just don't.
Lindsay, 100% agree with you. It would be horrifying to do. But again, there's zero proof that ever happened. This is all a fake call. This neighbor is non-existent. This is a troll on YouTube that's been going around imitating things and putting shit in places. And yes, factually, it will come out. 100%. Yep. This is all bullshit. Just an FYI.
I don't think that child moved out of that place by himself.
I don't think he was in his room.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think he was in his room, particularly with what we know now. That mattress, and Chris Proudfoot said that mattress was received after he went missing. No, not according to neighbors. There was a mattress in that garage. It's a 3-car garage because Chris Proudfoot said he didn't want to smell piss anymore.
Wow.
And all of this is being used to paint narratives that aren't factually accurate.
We can scream from the rooftops all the time about neighbors, but how much do we really pay attention?
Well, I mean, we just wave our hands at our neighbors, most of us, and while we're out in our mowing the lawn or something.
That's true.
And that's about it. We don't know what's going on.
The mattress issue, like these points that this interview hits on are all things that have been discussed based off of rumors, and you can tell that this caller, aka the neighbor, has been paying attention. I mean, he's dropped how many different YouTubers' names
in our neighbor's home, but that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Chris said that Sebastian likes to soil his pants, his underwear.
That's disgusting.
That made me so angry. Nobody likes that.
No.
And I think the question is, considering we have heard from multiple people,
I'm going to leave that alone,
about his sensory issues. I mean, so much where he wouldn't go outside without shoes on. I don't have that problem. I walk around without shoes on all the time. You're honestly telling me that he likes to sit in his own feces?
No. Yeah, that's horrible that he said that.
Yeah, he liked to sit in his own shit. They called him Mr. Piss Pants at school.
Wow.
Who would say that?
No.
Why would you continue to refer to him as that if you have such a problem with it?
To actually then questions. Now, I'm down the block at the corner, so they wouldn't necessarily come here. But when they went to the left and to the right, and that is exactly what my neighbor said. That's why CPS was called, and they told him he can't be sleeping in that garage. And that's when.
So the neighbor knows this, but Seth can't even get access to the CPS reports?
My neighbor, I wish I could get him on the show.
He should be able to.
He heard, it's actually Chris, in a big argument, saying to Katie, I don't think this marriage is going to last.
Okay, CPS said Sebastian can't be sleeping in that garage. Chris Proudfeet gets mad and says, I don't think this marriage is going to last.
Make it make sense. Seth can't even get access to the CPS files. We heard him state that. And now random neighbors know what CPS told them. Okay, cool.
This little man syndrome has gone through the roof.
Here we go. Back
And
to
as we know,
this.
with Child Protective Services, they tell you to clean it up. And when they come back,
Anybody seen Mark today? Mark, where are you?
things need to change.
You're missed.
Now, we don't know when CPS was coming back. We've seen this in other cases. When the government comes to knocking, they go to rocking. Does anyone think that that might be a motive?
I do.
I mean, the picture is becoming more than crystal clear.
Yes. I feel like if this many neighbors witnessed such behavior, think about what actually happened behind closed doors as well. I mean, it's really horrifying for Sebastian.
It is. It's beyond disturbing. It's beyond disgusting.
Yeah, you would think so, right? Bree says, children whose parents think wearing incontinence brief is something to be ashamed of. That's who called them that name. Yeah. Yeah, you would think, right? You would think. Thank you, Bree.
How far do you think he is? Like, I think he is beyond what they are searching.
Josh, I don't know.
I think
I
if
haven't seen
he
him.
was in the area that they had been searching,
I'm a little worried about him because last I heard his mother-in-law had, I think, a stroke or something, he said. And then magically, I don't know what happened, but his accounts disappeared too. I'm not really sure. I'm just hoping he's okay and his mother-in-law's okay.
they would have found him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think there needs to be crews, of people searching between, Nashville and Memphis, which is
And
a
they
long,
searched
long
that.
way.
We have seen the entire map that they have searched. They have been up and down Highway 412. They have been to the landfill. Where is he? Where is he? He's not wandering around this 5-mile radius.
No.
No.
Cobalt, I haven't seen it yet myself, but I will go watch it later. And then if I don't have any problem doing that. I'm not going to do it right now, though. I've been on here long enough.
And eating elm leaves, drinking water out of the creek. He's nowhere around there.
I mean, we're heading into summer, right? He went missing the end of February. It's May.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
They would have found some sort of evidence of him being around that area. I mean, if he did just walk off, you know what I mean?
Something.
There would be something that would be found.
Let me ask you both this question, and everyone in chat. By the way, if you haven't taken time to hit the like, please do so. I'll do
And
the
subscribe.
Oh
And
my-
subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We're into
Yeah, Sheila, it disappeared at kind of an interesting time.
long-term commitments over here.
talking about. And if someone can drop the link to Justin's channel, please do. Forgive my manners.
Oh, it's okay.
Why, when the supposed AI generated photo of Sebastian in North Carolina was put up, why did the Proud Feets not go to North Carolina? Why is it only Seth there?
Because they are not looking. You don't look for something that is not missing.
That's right.
Sebastian, in my opinion, only my opinion, please don't think, my opinion is not Chloe's or Brooks. I just want to make that clear. In my opinion, they know exactly where Sebastian is.
Because if one of my children was missing, and
Sure.
whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever,
So they know where he's at, and this is just all a hoax, right, Spanky? Oh, great. Yeah, wonderful.
if someone sends me a picture saying, "Hey, this looks like your son," I wouldn't just sit on my ass and go, "Oh hell, I don't have time for that today."
I would have been in the car and asking addresses later. I would have just got in the freaking car and started heading that way.
Yep. Me too.
And
One thing you can't do is
I
stop a
don't know.
determined parent.
But now I can't say anything else about, I can't say what I don't know. What I can do is I can drive down there later, which is just while I take a walk.
Hey, by the way, where are you originally from? Because you don't have a Tennessee accent.
I told you in the message.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because that's personal information. Nobody needs that.
Oh, of course. Personal information. Nobody needs that because it's not vetted.
I didn't have the email that he had sent me. Yes, it's a man. And in closing, because Chloe, you talked to this guy for a long time yesterday.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I fully believed what he had to say. I felt that it wasn't only just him. He was speaking for himself, of course, but he was talking about other neighbors and things that they had seen. These people have all they didn't invite him to their neighborhood grill out parties because of his.
This is hysterical that they honestly think that they did something here. This is the worst attempt at pushing a false narrative I've ever seen. This fell completely flat on its face.
Behavior. I mean, there's a lot that has gone on here that these people have actually seen, and I think that really needs to be taken into account.
Right. How could he see it? Oh, I mean, from his fighter jet up in the sky looking down.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of people, which is, here's the thing with the neighbors coming on panel. This is one thing I do not want. I don't want people tracking them down, harassing them, going to their door. They have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance.
Absolutely. I 1000% agree.
How do you know that? How are you clearing the entire neighborhood? How do you guys know the neighbors?
And with Chris Proudfoot
because they're just cold calling you on YouTube.
Being so volatile, we don't want that.
This up.
No, I mean, just let's pop
their job. They cannot do their job if we're interfering with it. You ever had awesome?
No, this is not Chloe the PI. This is Chloe Jade. She's a mod of some of these channels.
Micromanages you?
Yes.
It's like every 2 seconds. What are you doing? What are you working on? What's going on? Oh, why are you doing this? It's like I can't do my fucking job if you keep asking me.
Right. Exactly.
And something he said yesterday really rang true to me as well. That especially when they were talking about the Secret Service has been there and TBI, FBI, etc. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes that obviously they're not letting out because that's what they have to do to be like, hey.
No, are you serious? Like that just dawned on you yesterday? Like, oh my God, did you have an epiphany? Like it hit you like a shooting star from the sky? No, you think law enforcement is holding things close to the vest because they have to, because that's like what law enforcement does in a missing child. Like, no way. Get the fuck out of here.
So we don't know a lot right now. But with some of these facts that we've heard now, and in my opinion,
some of these facts, the rumors that we've all heard circling on the internet were just repeated by a person impersonating being a neighbor. Factual. Oh my God.
I do not believe Sebastian walked out of there. I think this was like a pre-planned thing or something. But there's a lot of this that you really...
It was a pre-planned thing, like bitch, slut, whore, whatever.
They have to take into account and really think about it through your mind. Each of us have our own opinions, but realize that, think of all of these things added up, what we've seen on YouTube, what we've heard from neighbors, etc. Think about how bad all of this is when you add it all up.
Think about it. Yeah, it really is fucking bad, isn't it? All the rumors, speculations, and misinformations about this family when none of this has anything to do with the disappearance of Sebastian, and you guys are just creating rumor after rumor for a show. When you add it all up, it is pretty fucking disgusting and vile, if you ask me.
I mean, I also wonder about, how No Ask Chris, he takes that fifth wheel down to Horn Lake, Mississippi. He unhooks the truck and he goes to Tunica and he gets on those riverboats quite a bit. He gambles, he does the whole 9 yards. So is that more important than going home and taking care of your home?
Right.
Seeing your family? He wouldn't have a snowball's chance in Cuba of getting custody of his daughter. And he never won it in the first place.
I think mom wants it. I think his mom wants it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about, 2019 or 2020, when the Bauer Sox took all the grandkids to Disney World, but didn't take Sebastian because they said he's too much of a handful. So you're going to leave one child behind? We all have that child in our family that is more rambunctious. Okay.
Oh my goodness. I'm done. I'm over it. That's the end of that call. I'm over it. I can't listen to any more of that. By the way, once again, for those in the back, that's complete and utter bullshit. It will be fully, 100% bullshit. That's it. Complete false narratives, complete rumors and speculation that some troll is going around claiming to be a neighbor, interjecting themselves. There's a lot going on. It's interesting to watch these creators run with the misinformation like this too. Complete and utter lies. He was never sprayed with a pressure washer. No, I'm not his neighbor, but I can state that as a fact. If that would have happened, there would have been I mean, this is just beyond. This is beyond. It is nothing but a circus of lies. Anyways, you guys, we've been on here for 3.5 hours. And I am done for the day. Got it out of my system. Laughed at all these jackasses and all the crazy bullshit that's happening out here. If you have questions, please ask them. Please be understanding that you are being fed a spoonful of shit on a platter by a bunch of grifting, grimy content creators who think this is all just amazing to do. I cannot understand this. Nope, different Chloe. Chloe P.I. and Chloe Jade are two different people. Yep. I know, crazy, huh? The mouse. I can't even understand. No, Kyle's been talking about that. Kyle even was talking to his parents about that. He's like, they have gone to the extent, he was telling his mom, to say that the father of a missing child shit on a mouse and then carried around on a stick. And his mom's like, well, that sounds like an awful shitty day. And Kyle's like, how would it even catch that little bugger in order to do that? Like, what is happening? Like, these people have just gone way too far. Yeah, they don't care. Duchess, they don't care. Why talk about their sex life? Why talk about any of that stuff? It's so unnecessary. Completely. Anyways, please remember, if you've been getting messages and you are a creator and there's somebody alleging to be associated with or having information, please learn how to vet that information before putting it out here as factual, because this is embarrassing. This is unnecessary, and Sebastian is missing, and they didn't talk about that at all. They don't talk about Sebastian at all. And that's the most disheartening thing out of all of this. It is complete and utter bullshit at this point. Yeah, this is gross. This is beyond gross. This is not even remotely okay. All right, I hope all of you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. I am off to spend the day with the family, so I will probably be delayed on text messages, emails, and all of that. Y'all, I'm going to try to disconnect for the weekend and spend some time with my family. So speaking of which, one of them's just popping out right now. But I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there, and we will recap. Oh, the call line. We might do that sooner or later, depending on how today goes. I will give you guys notice, though. I did figure out a call-in number and everything, so we got it going. As soon as I fit it in, we will be back to it. Chico is going live at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, I think, in like a few minutes. Please go check out Chico. Can somebody drop her link for me before I end this? I'm sure other people will be live all weekend too, filling you in on all the rumors and speculation and misinformation. $1:30. Perfect. I will be there. I'll put you in my ear. I'll put you in my ear. Chico, will you drop your link for me? Maybe the neighbor could call in. Yeah. Maybe if they get off the UPS truck, I mean, heck, maybe he's a fighter jet who delivers UPS packages and drops them from the sky. Thank you, Sheila. Yeah, it is. It's not shocking, huh, that the neighbor is contacting and cold calling creators. Shocking, and pretending to be people he's not. Kind of seems like a problem out here. All right. Have a great weekend, y'all. Bye-bye. Oh, revival. Probably really busy celebrating that. See you guys.